What is up, y'all? Welcome to another Saturday Night Live with Jeffroz FishKeeping. I'm your host, Jeffro. Before I forget, those of you who came out to last night's live stream, I did a surprise live stream from my son's bedroom, his 55-gallon community tank. And about 3/4 of the way through that stream, I'm sitting there thinking about all the fish that are in there, and I'm like, wait a second. He has some neon blue tetras in here, like 5 of them. Where are they at? I couldn't find them anywhere. And then I'm like, I know that he didn't trade them, but maybe he did. I'll have to check with my son. And I texted him earlier today when I thought of it. And he said, yeah, remember I traded them in a long time ago to Blaine down at LFS. So I was like, oh my gosh. So, I mean, it was funny. I had some comments on the video afterwards where people were like, you know, those bala sharks, the way they were eating those bloodworms, they could have ate one of the neon tetras, but nope. It's just I'm really forgetful, and yeah, we had traded them in a long time ago. So, went ahead and started early. Nobody's going live right now, so I can do that. I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight. It depends on how many people show up. You know, I don't really have anything going tonight. Everybody's like chill tonight. My daughter is here, but she's content. I think she's going to go have some drinks with some friends. So, we can just hang out for as long as people are here. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that too loosely, but as long as we have enough people here, we'll stay live for a while and hang out and see what all everybody is up to this fine weekend. I edited my shrimp unboxing to my crystal shrimp. I got those from Flip Aquatics probably like, it would have been a month ago now, somewhere around in there. And I just got that video edited and uploaded just last night. So I got that done. You know, got other videos to do as well. I did order a surprise to make the Pleco versus Thanksgiving video. So hopefully, it was supposed to either be here today or tomorrow. Hoping it comes tomorrow so I can get that all set up and get that video done, because I will need to have that one uploaded. It won't be on Thursday on Thanksgiving, it'll be on Friday. But I'll still go live Thursday night. So, we got 21 people here. I better get to the chat. See who all is here. Let's see. Boy, you guys were hanging out probably for the last hour here. You Peterson is in the house. What is up, you? Then we got Pam from 54 Punchy. What is up? Tampa Tom's in the house. Mob Guppy. What's up, guys? Mob Guppy says, I am like 4 and have shared this on my Fish Club Facebook page. Thank you very much, Peter. Let's see here. Red Dirt Cichlids in the house. What is up, Red Dirt? Nice to see ya. Jamie McDonald's in the house. What's up, Jamie? Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, he says, awesome. I need a live stream tonight. That's how I was last night. I think it wasn't very long after I went live last night. Lucas went live, and then he went live like in the middle of the night as well. So, yeah. I've been wanting to do one of those. I needed to do one of those. Like, my goal for New Year's Eve live stream is that to be my 100th. I don't know why I did that goal. I just wanted to, if it was attainable, go ahead and hit that. So what I did is whenever I started doing 3 live streams a week, I started counting up. And all I need to do is do 4 extras. And that mobile live stream last night was really clear and the audio was really good. So what I'm probably going to do is, what do we got, like 6 weeks left in the year? What I'll probably do is do 4 more mobile live streams before the end of the year, and I'll hit you guys up on the community tab whenever I'm going to possibly be doing one to see you know, what tank you guys want to do. I like that, how it went last night, where we just zone in on one tank and we just talk about it for a good hour or so. I really like how last night's stream went. So, and thanks to everybody that showed up. I think at one time the peak He had 62 people there for a surprise live stream, so I was pretty pleased with that. Red Dirt Cichlid says, this episode, Jeffro gives out milk and cookies. Oh, really? Actually, I should have took a headache pill because, man, I've had a headache for like the last 3 or 4 hours. It is getting a little bit easier, but I need like milk and cookies or something. Let's see, who else is here? Sunshine Aquatics is in the house. What's up, Sunshine? Let's see here. Daryl Deemer's in the house. What's up, Daryl? Nice to see you, buddy. I wanted to get Thanksgiving stuff, but roads were too slick to go to town unless it was an emergency. Yeah, we got some snow today. Maybe a couple inches, somewhere around in there. Nothing to really cry about. Mary from RNH2O's in the house. What's up, Mary? Nice to see ya. Denny Close is here. What's up, Denny? Let's see, did I miss anybody up here? Ken Amy's in the house. What's up, Ken? Okay. Getting down here to the bottom. Yeah, I went a little early, Jamie. Might as well start. I'm already sitting here, had everything all set up. Might as well get her going. Mike Howe is in the house from MHow9 Fish Tanks. What is up, Mike? Candy is in the house. What's up, Candy? Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Early start. Hashtag awesome. Let's see here. They didn't get delivered. I'm not happy. Yeah, that's sad, Candy. I saw that today on your Facebook. I hate that, actually. I mean, I don't know that it's ever happened to me on a Saturday. That's why lots of times, I don't know where you were getting them from or what you were getting or anything. I don't know the backstory to that. But what it makes me think of is, like me, I've only shipped out on Tuesday one time, and that was because Monday was a holiday, and that time was kind of tricky for me. Luckily, they did make it on time and everything, but you really hate to get to teetering into that Saturday market, because if they miss on Saturday, then they will have to wait till Monday if it's USPS, which I'm sure it is. And you know, like if it ever comes down to it, I'm probably never going to ship unless it's on a Monday or a Tuesday. And I really like to do it on Mondays because that gives you some cushion. Excuse me, Fish Guru Aquatics is in the house. What is up, Jeff? Trimming plants. What are you up to? Not too much, man. I know the feeling on trimming plants, though. Yeah. Sounds like a good time. I do those kind of things. Like I've got this planted tank over here. And I do that. Lots of times I do my plant trimming or like my filter maintenance and stuff like that. Or sometimes I do water changes while I'm watching a live stream. But definitely it's a good time. It's a good way to pass the time and sit back and listen to a live stream. You never know what you're going to hear on one of these. Oh, Candy says they were in town and they still couldn't get them delivered. That is terrible. Ugh. That is craziness. Let's see here. Island Queen is in the house. What is up? I believe Darcy. What is up? Nice to see ya. Jess Shrimp Granny is in the house. What's up, guys? Driving home from work. Woohoo. Well, welcome to the live stream, Jess. Don't know how long we're going to go, so I'm sure you'll have enough time to make it home. Fish Guru Aquatic says, I push back shipping to avoid Thanksgiving. Definitely. You got to think of all those things. What is up, John Gonzalez? I saw you today at Mark Shrimp, his live stream. What is up, buddy? The JQ channel is in the house. What's up, JQ? David Gilkison's here. What is up, man? Hope everybody is having a good night. Well, I know I sure am. Kind of nice to kick back and relax. For sure. So we got 34 people watching. Let's see, what else was I wanting to bring up? There was something else that I was wanting to bring up to you guys. Can't remember. I think the poll winner the other night, I didn't change it before the live stream, but the poll so far, Bell Pepper, I'm pretty sure, was the winner. So that'll probably be the next Pleco versus Food. And I think I'm going to try to make a goal of having one of those per month for sure. I've kind of averaged a little bit more than that. But I got a lot of fish room tour stuff coming up that I can do in December. So got that coming down the pipe, and a lot of my subscribers have always loved the fish room tours for some reason. I think it's a lot to do with it gets them outside of what the norm is for the channel, you know. But I got Jeremy up at the Ohio OCA, Ohio Cichlid Association. They're having a big auction tomorrow, and I got him on the lookout for me some Sumbas. So hopefully he can get me some dwarf Sumbas, and that would make me really happy. The Nano Tank is in the house. Hello, Jeff and everyone. What is up, the Nano Tank? Susie Q from Q Aquatics is in the house. What's up, Susie? Melvin's Aquatic Empire is in the house. Nice to see you, buddy. 36 currently watching and only 15 likes. Come on, people. Let's all support Jeffro. Thanks a lot, Peter. I'm getting 6 loaches tomorrow, 5 different types. That is awesome, actually. I love the loaches. Really, really like the loaches a lot. They're a really cool fish. What is up, Sunshine Aquatics? Everybody hit that like button or I will come for you. Yeah, she will too, guys. Better believe it. Pam will find you. She will for sure. Ray's Fish Room is in the house. What's up, Ray? Nice to see you. I think I saw you at Mark Shrimp today too. Carbon Really was there. Saw Carbon Really there. He went live for quite a while too. It was pretty nice. Shelby Ray Lane is in the house. I have already gently caressed the like button. LOL. Thanks a lot, Shelby Ray. I believe, if I remember right, let's see here. Let me look real quick. Try I don't say the wrong name. Yes, Shelby Ray was the one that commented on my live stream last night afterwards that it could have been the ballast shark that ate the blue neon tetras, but I texted my son this morning at his mom's house, and he texted back, "Don't you remember we traded the tetras off a long time ago to our LFS?" So I think that was when he was wanting some other type of fish or something like that. So the blue neon tetras were missing because we had traded them. I had just forgot. And actually, when I brought that up as a possibility last night, I really didn't believe it. I was like thinking, oh my God, did they die and we just didn't notice it? Or did they get ate? You know? All right. Let's see here. Sunshine Aquatic says, I can't like the video unless it posted something to do with the mobile devices. Dang. That's craziness. Click the I and vote. Yeah, definitely. The I, it's still the same poll as the other night, but might as well vote on it. You're making me laugh right now, even though, and then it went gone. Even though it's not a good day. Oh, you having a bad day, Melvin? I'm sorry to hear that, man. Tampa Tom said, yo, one of my rainbows just pooped out a very small baby trumpet snail. Good grief. That's gross and weird. It is gross and weird. What is up, Petsotics? It's going great here. Hopefully you're doing good tonight. Also, another thing, guys. I changed my lighting just a little bit tonight. The way that I had my lighting was always causing severe white balance issues, and Thursday night after the live stream I really messed around with my camera color settings a lot, and I just couldn't get it set to where I liked it with all the lights that I had on. So I changed it to this lighting right here, and right now to me it looks pretty darn good, but tell me what you guys think. The white balance doesn't look as bad tonight to me, so you guys let me know what you think. Mary RNH2O is linking up my swag, my Teespring store. Definitely check that out if you guys are interested in any of that, because I may have talked about this on my last live stream. I did add a lot of new stuff. I added some kids shirts, I added some women's tank tops, I added some women's cut shirts that I hadn't had on there before. There's like probably 30 different items in there now. There's tank stickers, there's socks, there's 2 different types of socks in there now. Thanks a lot, Mary, I appreciate that. Mike says, hey Jeffro, are you using OBS for your streaming software? Yep, I am. I've thought numerous times about switching over to Streamlabs, but I just haven't got around to it yet. I've used this ever since the very beginning, and I don't really use it to the full capabilities. I have tried to link up videos in it before at the very beginning when I first started, and it would just buffer and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's probably because I was using Google Chrome. Google Chrome really sucks down the CPUs. So right now I'm just going on my standard web browser on my Windows 10, and it seems to go without buffering. You know, I used to go off of my Wi-Fi on my laptop, and that doesn't work as good as being wired directly, hardwired. And I did that, and then I still would buffer every once in a while, and then I got away from somebody after one of my streams said, if you are streaming with the Google Chrome as your web browser, it really sucks a lot of CPUs, and they had changed to their normal web browser, and that had helped. And ever since I've done that, we've been good to go. So yepper. Let's see here. There went the chat like cuckoo. Shelby says, wow, sucks getting old and losing track of chit. LOL, yeah, it definitely does. Hey Jeffro, chat monitor soon? We'll see, the JQ channel, we'll see. I don't really need another moderator right now is what the deal is. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have a real need for it. There for a while I went moderator crazy. Hi Jeffro, my day is not good and getting worse. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. This probably won't help you at all, but what I always try to remember whenever I'm having a bad day, and it's hard for me to remember because everybody has bad days, but always remember, and it helps me because I work with a bunch of kids that have disabilities and stuff, and I always try to remember that, man, somebody out there has it a lot worse than I do. But there are some things that you can't get around, and it just creates a bad day. I do understand, but keep your head up, man. It'll get better. It can't get much worse lots of times. Ken Amy is in the house. My LFS had an epic sale today. I spent $100 in like 8 seconds. Awesome. What did you get, man? That sounds like a good time. Fish Guru says, a little washed out behind you. Yeah, these lights are terrible. And it's got a lot to do with the quality of the camera as well. But as long as I'm looking better, because I was washed out before. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot to do with it. And then like this overhead light is shining onto that tank really bad. I wish that I could turn this one to blue. These 2 tanks right here, I wish I could turn them to a blue, or like a lower light. Jamie McDonald says your nose is very white and there are dark circles under your eyes. There's usually always dark circles under my eyes though. It's like, it's natural for me. Ken Amy says, I got home and immediately want to go back. Oh no. That good of a sale. Like, you get home and you're like, you know what? I should have got that one thing, you know? And then there's been times where I've just went ahead and went back. He powdered his nose before the stream, Jamie. Yub says, I want to buy some on Teespring, but I have to save money for the shipping. Yeah, I know, right? I'm going to try to work out a deal for the holidays. Teespring will allow me to do promos. So, like, I'll be able to do, like, a free shipping promo. The only thing is it comes out of the profits of the sales. So there's probably certain ones that I wouldn't be able to do it on because some of the shirts I only make $5. Well, if it costs $9 for shipping, you know what I mean? So I need to look at those kind of things, but I can do promos like where you use a code and get free shipping and stuff like that. And I'm actually working on trying to get this thing revamped too, my logo. I almost had it on my own today, but I think what I'm going to do is work with an artist and get a really, really cool one. I mean, I almost was on the right track today. It's really hard. Like, I'm good with computers, but it's hard to find a place that has like a template that you can build and put your logo on it. Like, there was one that I found that I could get all the lettering perfect, but it never would allow me to bring my logo over into it. And I want to use the bearded logo in my logo, you know, so I'm working on trying to get that revamped before the end of the year. And then whenever I get that done, then I will get new shirts on the store and get rid of the old ones, get new ones, and get all new channel art done all over again and all that kind of stuff. Melvin's Aquatic Empire says, yeah, Daryl, please pray for my family because they admitted my grandmother to the hospital Thursday morning because she was sick. My 101-year-old grandmother is dying, so Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yep, that is tough, man. I just lost my dad a little over a year ago, and it was, you know, the end of September, right before the holidays, and it just never has been the same. Fish Guru says, I almost got a Senegal Bicher big subadult if I get the 55-gallon planted cleaned out. I'll go back for some. Awesome. Thanks. Let's see here. I'm a graphic designer by trade. I'll be happy to help. Okay, that'd be cool. Basically what I'm looking for is actually, I hate to pull up images just in case I don't own the image, though. That's the only thing. But actually what I'm looking for is I'm looking for it to be round. And I don't know if you know what stamp art is, but like I want it to look like those round stamps. So I want it to be a black shirt still. I want the lettering to be white. I want there to be a circle around it, but I wanted the lettering to kind of be like Jeffroz and then fish keeping, and then I want my logo in the center of it, and then there could be like maybe like on some of them to make them look old, you know, they'll be like since 2011 or something like that, you know, something like that, like and then have like a white ring around the outside, you know, I mean, but just look weathered. That's what I want it to do. Lisa's Aquatics is in the house. What's up, girl? Angelo's Fish Tanks is here. What's up, man? Yeah, Angelo's, if you're talking about my dad, sorry to hear that. Yeah, it was out of the blue. My dad was only 62 years old, and it was an out of the blue thing. He had been being treated for deep vein thrombosis for 2 or 3 years and was on a real high dose blood thinner, and it caused him to get some brain bleeds, and he went to the hospital and had you know, his skull drilled to have the blood drawn out, you know, for that, but they took him off the blood thinners while those healed, and he was in the hospital a few days and they sent him home. Turns out a week after being home, his body filled up full of blood clots, and he actually had like some kind of blood clot disease that they didn't know about. And on the way to the hospital, one went to his heart and it took him. So yeah, it was really rough, and it's rough around the holidays. I'm really lucky though. I live, 6 hours away from my mom, but my mom has been really strong through all this. She's done a really good job, and then my sister and her husband and kids have been a real big help to keep my mom sane through all of this. And yeah, so really, really good that everything's going as smooth as it was, but it sure is tough to lose them. Lisa from KG Tropicals is in the house. What is up, Lisa? Joseph from JH Aquatics is here. What's up, man? Jeff from Valley Fish is here. Are you overrunning? Are you overrun with plecos yet? I don't think there's any such thing as having too many plecos, but I do have a lot. My daughter is here from Nebraska this weekend visiting, and she was asking how many I had in this tank up here, and I said there's somewhere between 300 and 400. And when you actually say that to a family member, it's like, yeah, that's a lot. It really is a lot, but it's just the way it goes. Whenever you have a pleco that has a great big giant clutch, there's not much you can do about it. You want them to survive. I can do that. I'll send you something. Okay, thanks a lot, Ken. Let's see here. Doing water changes while I listen. Awesome, man. Working on cleaning up the fish barn. That is a job that's never done, right, Mike? Yeah, come work on my fish room. Let's see here. Can't believe new fish almost made me miss Jeffro. Oh, dang. Thanks a lot, Lisa. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks a lot, Pam. Yeah, he was young. He was definitely young, and that's what, he's actually the closest person that I've ever lost in my life, besides my brother. When I was 3 years old, I had a 13-month-old brother that passed away. And, I was only 3 years old, but, there was a lot of things that happened in my life after that. Like, they called that sudden infant death syndrome is what they called it. But I kind of lived a really super psychotically sheltered life, because of that, because my mom did not want nothing to happen to me and my sister. There was always that thought and that wonder of, like, I'm 42 now, he would have been like 40. Me and him would probably be best friends, all kinds of things, like I thought about it whenever he would have graduated and stuff, but other than my brother, Dad was the closest person I'd ever lost. And, whenever you always have your dad, we talked a lot, we had a lot of the same interest and everything. And at 62, you don't even prepare to lose your dad, I'm only 42 years old. The thought had never even came into my mind that my bear, my hero, my dad, would be gone. I thought there'd be 20 more years. Hadn't even entered my mind. So yeah, he was definitely young. Let's see here. Lisa says that's horrible, Jeff. Thanks a lot, Lisa. Yeah, it's one of those things. Tampa Tom says my dad had 2 strokes last year and he's only 55. If I wasn't home when it happened, he probably wouldn't be here right now. Yeah, definitely. Strokes are scary too. Alrighty, roadie. We are at the bottom of the chat. We got 50 people watching. Jason from Fish Tropic is here, and he says, Jeff Roy, you have zeolite. I do not. So I didn't answer that question yes, Jason. I answered that question no. I do not. I got to answer this text back from my 16-year-old son. Yes. All right, make sure to hit that thumbs up, please. Thanks a lot, Lisa. Danny's Aquariums is in the house. I don't think I've ever seen you here in the chat before, so welcome, Danny. Nice to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while, but the last time I saw you, your channel looked like it was doing pretty good, so hopefully you're doing good, and nice to see you here. I think we're at the bottom of the chat here, unless it's getting ready to bounce on me. Nope, there it went. Okay, so yes, I am at the bottom of the chat. 30 minutes has passed already, guys. What the heck? It seems like I just started. And I probably kind of messed up since I did start about 15 minutes early. I won't be able to go off of the real time. Like right now, I should have only went live 19 minutes ago, but 31 minutes ago is whenever I went live. Ano's Fish Corner is in the house. Hey, y'all. What is up, Ano's? Slick Pet says, wait, I think I missed some bad news. If I'm piecing this together right, I'm sorry, Jeff. No, you will be in all our thoughts. If I can do anything for you, let me know. I'm doing really good. My dad, we was talking about my dad. Melvin is having some issues. His grandma is sick in the hospital and stuff, and I was just reminiscing. My dad passed away a little over a year ago, so I'm doing really good. Just the holidays are kind of tough, you know, and that's what Melvin was talking about. The holidays coming up, losing a loved one is really tough. It is a tough time of the year already, you know. The holidays are so stressful, and just getting together with my family is what's going to help that, you know. Lisa says, I have a 16-year-old daughter and 15-year-old son. Totally understand, Jeff. Yeah, no kidding, right? Right now, my oldest is here. She's 24. Then I've got a 21-year-old daughter who is actually living with her mom right now. And then I've got an almost, you know, Austin's almost 17, and then Ashton's almost 13. So, yeah. He was actually wanting to ask if he could go to his girlfriend's house, so he didn't want to come in here. He knew I was live and stuff. Let's see here. Angelo says, I'm good, Melvin. Thanks for asking. But welcome to the live stream, Select Pet. Nice to see you. And thanks for the concerns. I really appreciate that. You know, the Fish Fam, I can go back to, you know, prior to January, before I started making fish keeping videos, I was already in the Fish Fam, and I knew how special everyone was and everything. But I made different types of videos before January. You go back on my channel, and I was all over the place. I made all kinds of different types of videos. But I never had the support that I had from you guys. You know, I mean, everyone that comes out and supports me on 3 nights a week, and like this week it's 4 nights. Like last night, I just did a surprise live stream for my subscribers. Kind of one of those type of deals where you guys like a different one every once in a while. You guys like the surprise ones. I know, because I'm a subscriber to Fish Keepers, and I love it when Bob Steenfod goes just boom out of the blue, you know, or like Lucas. I've caught him at like 2 in the morning before going live, you know, in his laboratory getting, you know, rainbow eggs out or something like that. And you guys just showed up and rocked it last night. You know, I had 62 people there at one time last night, and it was really, it's really awesome, the support that you guys give us. You know, I mean, I really appreciate it. Everyone that shares and likes and comments, I mean, it's really amazing, and I really appreciate it. Bottom of the chat, bruh. Gosh. I forgot how to swallow there for a second, guys. Thanks, Mary, for the update. Oh. Let's see here. Lisa says, my oldest is 14, so I'm venturing into the insanity. They are expensive forever. Forever and ever and ever. They get up there in their years, and it's just like when school starts, it's just like boom, 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 boom. Money, 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 money. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I will say, so far, the boys have been uh, easier to raise than the girls. The girls, man, they gave me a run for my money. After a certain point, you just got to kind of give up with the girls and just show them love and just be like, dang, this is how it's going to be, you know? But boys, you know, like my 16-year-old son, he never would ever stand up to me and backtalk me, yada, yada, yada. My girls, my 21-year-old, not as much as my 24-year-old. My 24-year-old, she would stand there. Me and her are a lot alike. That's what the thing is with me and her. Jamie McDonald said, I lost my dad at 53 and my brother at 35. Both sudden heart attacks. Diet and lifestyle changes happened for me. Definitely. Mine is, you know, like blood clots. I got a really, you know, like when my dad died also, I had to start telling my doctor all kinds of other things. You know, whenever they say this run in your family, you know, when you're filling out that little paper and you're checking this and that, you know, they found out my dad was diabetic when he died, you know, all these things, you know, craziness. Let's see here. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. I think I need to make for sure that, I'll be right back. I get it. Oh God. I'm back. All right, what did I miss while I was gone, guys? Let's see here. Be right back. Coffee is calling me. Good grief, Pam. If I drink coffee right now, I'd be up even later than I was. Like last night, I went to bed at 2. I think I was up at 7. I'm pretty sure it was like 7. Lisa says, wow, my oldest is 23, and then I have a 20 and a 19-year-old. Like I said, completely understand. LOL. Yes, definitely. It's kind of cool, though, because my 12-year-old and my 24-year-old, out of all the kids, have the closest relationship out of all of them. And then my 21-year-old and the 16-year-old, they're really close, too. It's kind of weird, but, like, my oldest being 24, she was, like, almost 12, I think, whenever he was born. Somewhere around in there. Or it just turned 11 when, I don't know. It's somewhere around in there. She's 24 and he's getting ready to be 13, so I think she was just barely 11 whenever he was born. Let's see here. Jeffro, have you ever or are you planning on doing a saltwater tank? I have never done a saltwater tank, and I don't really have a plan of doing that right now. I don't really have, I mean, it's kind of like, there's a lot of fish out there that you don't talk down on. You know, you don't talk down on discus. There's a lot of discus lovers out there. I've never kept discus, and I don't really have any discus plans in the future. Allie, I could let Dozer come in here. Come here, Dozer. Come here and see me. Come on. Come here and see me. Dozer. Dozer's being a brat. Come on. Come on in here. Come on. Good boy. And you lay down in here and be good, okay? Lay down in here and be good. He's out there whining. Okay. Back to the saltwater question. Don't have anything against saltwater. I've got 40 aquariums that are all freshwater, and I'm kind of just geared towards livebearers and plecos and shrimp and stuff, and I don't really have any future plans to get into saltwater, but I do love saltwater tanks, and I love coral reefs, all that kind of stuff. I love all that stuff. It's like a whole different world, but I don't have any plans on getting into it at this time. But great question, Keith. Let's Let's see here. Melvin says, yeah, I was planning to do a live stream tomorrow, but I don't know if I can think straight, so it would be on hold. Yep, definitely. You got to have your mind right. Sunshine Aquatic says, I'm a cancer survivor, but my sister didn't survive the fight. She passed away last year. Yeah, that is rough. I've worked in the medical field for the 13th. Okay, so the 13th was 21 years. So this month on the 13th, I've been doing this for 21 years. And I deliver like high-end power wheelchairs now, but I've delivered just about every type of equipment that you can think of for home medical equipment. So I started out with oxygen and beds and you name it. I've been with hospice patients, cancer patients. I've been to where I've been really close with them. A lot of times your elderly people, family members get busy with their jobs and stuff, and I'm like maybe the only one that they get to talk to all the time. And you get really close to them and then they pass away, and my job that I have now, like I work with people that have really debilitating diseases, but then I work with people that have like ALS, and that one, I think the average is like 5 years lifespan once you're diagnosed, and it's really, I've lost some really cool people that I've worked with over the years. You hate those diseases, you just absolutely hate them. Aqua Bros for the win. Poor dog. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody, poor dog. Corvus Oskin is in the house. What is up, Joel? Done with work, about to go pick up secret fishes. Woot. Wow. That's awesome, man. Congrats. Frankie Foundation says, what's up? I thought it was at 8, but here now. Every Saturday night I go at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Mondays I go at 8 Central, and Thursdays at 8 Central. But Saturdays are at 7. And 7 would be my time that I would want to go throughout the week. Whenever I used to do my Wednesday night live stream, that's the time that I had picked there. And the only reason why I was going at 8 on Monday nights is because that's after Bob. Like if I went at 7, that would be during Bob. And then on Thursday nights, KG Tropicals goes at 8 Eastern, which is 7 Central for me. So I just wait an hour after they've been going and I go after them. So I have to go at 8 on Mondays and 8 on Wednesdays, but 7 on Saturdays. And the reason why I like to do 7 is because I like to start as early as I can, but not too early. 7's like my sweet spot. But yeah, we've already been going for 45 minutes. It's crazy. Craziness. Okay. AJ from Turbofish is in the house. What is up, man? Nice to see ya. Baby is good. I'm good too. That's good to hear, Joel. That little thing's cuter than a bug's ear too, by the way. Lisa says, I worked in CT for 7 years at a trauma center, and it's always hard when you get close to a patient and lose them. Definitely. It is. It really is. There was this one that sticks out in my mind, and I was at Muscular Dystrophy Association meeting one day, and I was telling them this story, and there was this guy that had ALS, and at the very beginning it was mild symptoms. He was still able to walk a little bit and stuff, and he had a 14-year-old daughter and an 11 or 12-year-old son, and beautiful wife, beautiful family, and I believe he was a coach at the local school over there too. But me and him texted back and forth, and we talked on the phone numerous times all the time at the very beginning, and then he lasted about a year, and as the progression went downhill, you have to really go over there a lot to make adjustments on the wheelchair to make it work for him. Because it gets to where it's a struggle for them to be able to use the chair anymore, and it really becomes very important for the chair to be fitted exactly right. Dozer has already snuck out of here, so after I get done with the story, I'm going to go get him. But anyhow, at the very end, I had made an appointment with him, and I was calling to let him know that I was on my way, and I got his voicemail, and it was his voice from the very beginning, and I hadn't heard that voice in a long time because now he was unable to speak and stuff, and I just felt so it felt so weird, and it made me hate that disease so bad in that moment, because I had known him for a year, and I went with him through this progression and heard his voice now where he can't even speak. And then I got his voicemail on his cell phone, and it was his voice from the very beginning, And the worst part about ALS is they have their brain just like me and you all the way through it. It's just everything quits. So hang on one second. I got to go get Dozer, and I'll be right back. That's why I wanted him in here. Okay. So let's see here. Where are we at? Nobody cares about you, Joel. It's the baby. Yeah, fish. What fish? How's that baby doing, Joel? Fish Tropic asks, also, do you have any K1 media, Jeffy? I do not. I don't have a sump. And I'm pretty sure you got to have some kind of a sump because that K1 media, I believe, has to be able to move around, and I don't know if you could really do that in a hang on the back. That's all my filters are hang on the back. I don't have any canister filters either. Yeah, Select Pet says Jeff starts at 7 on Saturday so he can get those 4-hour streams in. I don't think I've done a 4-hour yet, have I? I think 3.5 may have been my longest one. I did a 3.5 solo one time, and then I did a 3-hour one time, and then I was only off the stream for like 30 minutes, and Jeremy from Sergeant Tank asked me to go live with him, and then I did like a 4-hour with him, so I did like 6.5, 7 hours that night, and man, at the end of that one, I was really, really worn out. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning whenever we got done, and I started at 7 o'clock, and had like maybe a 45-minute downtime in between. Yeah, that was a rough one. It was fun, but man, I felt like really defeated by the end of it. Sunshine Aquatic says, well, I gotta go. Got to bake cookies before some friends come over. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it, Sunshine. Let's see here. A bug's ear. Yeah. Cuter than a bug's ear is a saying from my upbringing. Okay. Let's see. Nice Italian name. Yep. Jeffro, I saw your video with frozen food. A nice little trick is you put the cubes in a cup with warm water and break it up so all the fish get some. What I've been doing is I've got a little shot glass, and I've been putting a little bit of tank water in it and dropping a cube down there in it. The video last night, I just threw them in there because I knew these fish could tear them to pieces really good. But all my other tanks, I go around with the little turkey baster, and I suction out a little bit and put them in the different tanks, and that's how I've been doing it. But thanks a lot for the tip there, bud. Turbofish said, I need friends like that, like, hey, you're coming over, here's a buttload of cookies. Yeah, no kidding, right? And then like those gatherings that you get to, and they've got that dip that has the cream cheese on the bottom, and then it's got like what's that other stuff that goes over the top of it? It's got cream cheese and onion, I think, on the bottom, and then it's got cocktail sauce over that, and then it's got green bell peppers on the top of that, and then you like dip corn chips down in it, and you're digging the cream cheese on the bottom. Oh, that dip is good. John Bedker says, FYI, when you put up that black waiting on Jeffro's banner, the audio mic is still on. Yeah, I knew that. And I thought of that, like muting it whenever I left, but I knew I wasn't going to be doing anything that needed to be muted. So basically, I went out there and Dozer's chilling out. The whole reason why he snuck out of here, which I didn't see him sneak out of here, is my daughter fed Mia. He's just wanting to spend some time with Allison is what it is. That's exactly what it is. We are at the bottom of the chat. Dank Tanks is in the house. What is up, Dank? Oh, okay. Jason says you don't need K1 media in a sump, most efficient in a bottle filter. I've seen those before too. That's actually a pretty good idea. Especially like shrimp tanks. I've seen them in shrimp tanks before. What's the TDS of your 50 lowboy? You test nitrates. Oh my god, dude, you are busting my chops, aren't you? Jeez. I don't know off the top of my head what the readings are in that tank. Yeah, what's up, Dank? Listen to this guy. He's busting me. Busta. Oh. So what is everyone up to tonight? Dank with hearts from Tom. Tampa Tom. I know we're definitely at the bottom. It's not Jumpy Wumpy. Alright. Let's see who all I missed. Dozer's here now. The party can start. Yeah, Dozer's already gone. He's already checked out. Saltwater is the dark side of the fish force. Yep, and Lisa loves her discus. Yep. I've never kept discus before. There's some really awesome ones out there, though. There, the chat just jumped. Duckweed Patrol, Big Saturday Night. Yeah, I've got enough duckweed to supply a third world country, for sure. I'm just curious on your 50 lowboy TDS. Interesting reading. My reader is right here. I can test it real quick. $254. Water change night? Nope, that's Monday night. Ano says, got a shipment in today. 6 bristlenose pleco, bag leaked, fish dead. Woohoo, great day. Oh, geez, man. I've shipped quite a few out, and I, knock on wood, haven't had that happen before. I try on the plecos whenever I'm shipping them. I try to stick to smaller ones. Like when I'm shipping out some plecos, I like to do like the 1-inchers, and they just make it better. I didn't ever like it when I was in the buying market, getting them in so small. I didn't like that, you know, like I felt like they should be up and a little healthier, yada yada yada. But on the shipping side of things, I like them to be a little smaller. You have a little better, you know, there's less waste in the bag, there's less chance of poking bags. Let's see here. Doing a water change, playing video games, and watching live streams. Listen to you. Well, awesome, Rob. Welcome to the live stream. Mike Howe says, I must be Death Vader then since I started in saltwater. Yeah, right. Jeff Chambers says, about to get a rack from Home Depot tomorrow to clear up room for a lowboy. How tall should I go with tanks before it becomes a pain? I'm lucky this one's a lowboy. Those ones in my dining room, they're kind of a pain. They're up over my head, and to get my arm all the way down in that tank to get to the sponge filters, I got to get up on a ladder. But I keep a ladder in that room, so that's 4 rows of tins with enough space to get your arm in and all that kind of stuff. About this spacing right here, actually, in between each rack. Is that 4 rows? No, it's 3 rows of 4. Sorry about that. 3 rows of 4. So I like this one right here, for instance. it's like chin high, I can get my arm all the way down in the tank. Easy. You know, I like that. Any higher than that, I don't really care for it. And if that was a tall tank, that would be too tall. I can't believe people pay for duckweed. It is all over around here on the bayou. Yeah, duckweed, it is just never ending. Never ending. I think the first time I got it, it was in on some plants. Or maybe some fish. But, ugh. Discus and bettas. It is the wormhole of our freshwater hobby. I'm so tempted to go betta, but I know what will happen. Yeah, some of those koi bettas are beast. I mean, nowadays they've got some out there that are just amazing. Terry's Tropical Tank says, I lost my cool kid fish keeper status because I've been geeking out on goldfish lately. I did see that. I saw that you had some goldfish. I went down the goldfish wormhole and koi fish wormhole. I've been down all of that. You get into the koi fish and you're really in trouble then, because, you know, that gets really expensive because you eventually have to do ponds. And there are some beautiful koi out there nowadays, guys. Fish Tropic says, pretty good. Do you test before and after? I hardly ever test, dude. I've said this numerous times on my channel. I hardly ever test. The only time I test my water in my tanks is if I see something going on weird with the fish. And that fish, everything is acting perfect. I don't want to... I'm superstitious, so I don't really even like to talk about this, but knock on wood, I test water whenever... And, you know, I'm probably wrong for this, but it's just how I do it. But I test water whenever I'm doing new setups. I test it periodically whenever it's still fresh and new, before I put fish in. I test whenever I get, before I'm putting fish in and after I'm putting fish in. I test whenever I see something weird happen in the tank. Those are the times whenever I test. Or if I smell a weird odor, or if I see something, the water looks weird or something. Those are the times that I test. I don't go around testing all the time. Maybe I should, but yeah, I mean, like, I'm watching all of my fish all the time, actually, and whenever I see something happen with them, then it prompts me to test. But I have not tested that one before water changes and after water changes since I got it all set and cleared. Lisa says, nothing wrong with goldfish, Terry. There is nothing wrong with goldfish at all. There's some really cool goldfish out there nowadays too. Aqua Bros says, I bought some duckweed from my LFS, opened it up, and it smelled like poop. Yeah, I remember getting a bag of that years ago too, and I thought, is there something wrong with this? And that's the only time I bought it. It's been a long time ago, and I wish that I would have never bought it, actually. I mean, there's some benefits to it, but you should wait for Boxing Day. Boxing Day. What is up, Candy? Nice to see you. Hi again. Yeah. I have pearl scale goldfish, my favorite fish in my fish room. That is awesome. Let's see here. Those glass sponge filters. Glass sponge filters. I don't know what those are, Jason. At least it's not ringing a bell. I'd blame Dozer if I smelled an odor. Okay, I got a story to tell you about that. That reminds me. So yesterday, I office from home. Yesterday afternoon, I was on well, actually, let's back up to yesterday morning. I overslept for the first time in I don't know how long. And I don't know that I have ever got one of my kids to school tardy. But yesterday morning, I woke up at 8:26 and got up. My 16-year-old had left at 6:30. He had practice, so he got up on time and left on time. Everything went great with him. But me and my 13-year-old were running behind, got him to school, and before we left for school, I took the dogs out to go to the bathroom, but Dozer likes to take his time in the morning whenever he's doing stuff, and then it's the afternoon before they go out again. Well, I had some deliveries to make yesterday morning, and then yesterday afternoon I'm sitting on my couch out there, and I smell the awfulest smell. And after I get off the phone, Dozer, for the first time in this almost 6 years of his life, he dumped a loaf in the kennel. He just went in the kennel and dumped a loaf. I'm like, what in the heck? So it threw everybody's schedule off because I overslept yesterday. That's the one, the ones that stick on the glass, dual sponge filters. I have saw those before, and those are nice. I've never gotten any of those before though, but those are very nice. I think, can't you put media down in those too? JH Aquatic says we celebrate Boxing Day here in the Caribbean. Infinity Aquatic says, how late am I? I've been going for about an hour. I started about 15 minutes early though, and we're still going to go. We've got 43 people still here, so we're good to go. Mhow9 says, Jeffro, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, celebrated in the UK and Commonwealth countries. Gotcha. I've probably heard of it before. Let's see here. Dank says loaf. I'm like, there's a channel that comes here every once in a while. They're called Loaves and something, and I thought that Dank was saying hi to Loaves. Loaves and Loaches or something like that is like their channel name, and I thought Dank was saying loaf, like loaves, but he was saying loaf because I said Dozer dropped a loaf in them, and it was like a loaf of bread. It really was. AJ's laughing too. What is up, Priscilla? Nice to see ya. Fish Tropic, Terry says, stay away from those. If you have hard water, the minerals will solidify where the airline attaches, pain in the neck to clean. I got really soft water, so that shouldn't be a problem for me. My dog sleeps with me. There is no oversleeping for me. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Actually, I do know what happened. So my alarm clock was set for 6. I hit the snooze. The next time I looked at the alarm clock when it was going off, it was 6:45. In my mind, I thought that I got up and shut off the alarm clock. And in my mind, 1 minute later, I looked at the alarm clock and shut it off, but it was at 8:26. So I was up late the night before is what the problem was during the week, and I shouldn't be. I need to start going to bed a little earlier during the week is what I need to do. I had to run to Petco before they closed and grab a 40-gallon breeder. $1 per gallon ends tonight. Yep, I got my last 20-gallon long the other day, so I ended up getting 4 of them this month. That one is probably pretty good because it doesn't have any kind of load in it. It's 138 because it doesn't have any fish in it, and it hasn't. It's just coasting. Actually, in that tank, I don't even think the filter is cycled in it yet either. I think it was a brand new filter, but I knew I wasn't getting fish right away for it. Ono says, I have 2 Great Danes. When a loaf is dropped, it's more like the whole bread aisle. Yeah, I've never kept a Great Dane before, but I can see how that could be, for sure. Pam says, I need a 40-gallon breeder. No going today through 60 miles over the pass, and the freeway has been closed all day. Dang. Yeah, I was standing in the kitchen today. I was on a call with Dank, and I looked out the window. I'm like, dang, it snowed. And I pointed it out the window, and it's just a skift. I think we got maybe 2 inches today. And Dank starts laughing at me, and he goes, yeah, look at this. And he points his out the window, and he goes, dang, it snowed. And he's got, I mean, they got blasted. Dank is in the middle of a lot of snow right now. He gets that lake effect stuff up there where he's at. So when we complain of snow, Dank is getting beat up with snow. He the other day he was talking about you ain't got no snow, and I was teasing him. I was like, yeah, you ain't either, or something like that. And he pulled it up, and he's got like they get like 40 inches a year more snow than what I do here in Iowa. Terry's Tropical Tank says, what's the TDS out of your tap? 138. I can't get that without RO. Yeah, this tank is out of the tap, and it has no bioload in it. I don't know that I've tested it directly out of the tap. I can't remember if I did, what it runs. We got a lot today too. Roads are a freaking mess. 200-pound female and 120-pound male. Dang, that female's broad, ain't she? Think we got a ½ millimeter of snow yesterday. Yeah, we just got a skiffed. I mean, if we got 2 inches, we're lucky. Let's see here. Have you ever tested the TDS of your Easy Green fertilizer? No, I haven't. I probably have put Easy Green in that tank though, because I've got some plants in there. So I probably have put Easy Green in there, but I've never tested the TDS of it. But I don't put Easy Green in this tank for sure, because I don't have anything I want to Easy Green in there. You should see my TDS from tap as also, hello everyone. Hello Bentley. Bentley, my TDS is 170. That's pretty good. Lisa says they close school in VA if it's cold and raining. Wish it would for real snow. Yeah, Missouri does the same thing. Like, they closed the other day because they were going to get some snow. It's like, what? That don't make sense. You might get some snow, so you're going to close school. Bentley says mine is 28 to 32 depending on time of the year. Good grief. That is low. Supposed to snow, but been raining. Snow really wet, not sticking. Gotcha. Pam says I grew up in Scappoose. I probably butchered that. I wish I had the water here in Wyoming. JH Aquatic says my TDS out of the tap is 300. Good grief. Yeah, I know mine's a lot less than that for sure. That is crazy. Tank Tank says real snow. LOL. Yeah, that is craziness. Yeah, but you have RODI. Yeah, you've got a nice system too. 300 isn't that bad. Yeah, but out of tap, kinda. out of the tap, it kinda is. You know. Seattle's water is dang near RO out of the tap. Dang, I'd say. Tampa Tom says, I found a rainbow. Oh, I already seen that one earlier. 300 ppm is bad for Caridina shrimp. Yeah, it definitely is. Caridinas has got to be a lot lower than that. Dank Tank says, hi Lisa, you can have our snow. Yeah, no kidding. I would kill for 300 out of the tap, Terry. Virginia Beach says the whole city, VA closed the whole city the day it got a dusting. Gosh, I would hate that. Last time I checked TDS out of the tap, it was 288. Now you guys got me curious. Hang on a second. I'm going to go get me a glass of tap water. Hang on, I'll be right back. That John Bedker guy, gosh, I don't know about him. I really don't know about that John Bedker guy. Oh, we're back. Alright, so I got me some tap water. I'm going to test my tap water, guys. 149. 144. But right when I pull it out of the water, it goes blank. So I can't show you guys. 144 out of the tap. So, yep. I don't know how that could read. What did I read on that one back there? John Bedker's laughing. What? What are you laughing about, John? I had the screen blacked out. You couldn't have heard what I was saying. It is cold. I didn't want to do it hot, but it's like it's not really lukewarm and it's not ice cold. It's just, you know, I can tell you what the temperature is though. I'll tell you what the temperature is. 72.6, 72 degrees is what the temperature of the water was that I just now tested. And what was it? 144? 144. Now what I'm going to do with this water. Just hang it up here. Alright. Let's see here. Is it tap water or vodka? Yeah, I wish it was vodka. Dilly dilly. That's what I should have grabbed while I was out there. Let's see here. But what about hot? You jerk. That's all the that's all the water that I'm testing tonight. The testing water segment of the stream is over, Jason. It's over. 72 degrees. I mean, come on. I don't put hot water in my tanks, so why should I need to know what it tests when it's hot? You're trolling me, bro. I would be taking Megan to school in the middle of a blizzard. I just checked my annual water report and I got 0 chlorine and stuffs in my water. Almost like RO water. Huh. How could they do that? I would find that very hard to believe, actually. Nailed it. Had people on cross county skis pass me on Main Street. What is up, Maxville Soneman? How are you doing tonight? Let's see here. Let's see what's in your hot water. Hot water heater. Yeah, no kidding, right? One time it was 50 below and they didn't close school. Yeah, that's the same here. At one time, I don't know if it's still the same way, but the people who she trained are still there. I always had heard that the person who helped make decisions for letting out school here was originally from Alaska, and it had to snow quite a bit in order for them to call school off. I mean, it had to be major. Like, you really couldn't get out and about to call school off. Seriously. What is the TDS in your toilet bowl? Yeah, thanks, Mike. I'll get right on that. I'm sure it's good. Been trolling. What is the TDS? Oh, I already read that one. Before or after? Yeah, really. That's up to him. Fish, we need you when he does water change night. Yeah, no kidding, right? John Bedker says that 72 was water in your pipes. It's way colder than that. Mine's coming out at like 40 now. I got a basement though, so I kind of doubt that it would be anything under 60 because my basement is heated. I don't know. It could be 40. You're on the ground floor though, right, John? And I don't think you got a basement under you. I don't know. I might be wrong. I was only in here a couple of minutes, so it's not like my water could have warmed up. And I didn't let it run for a long time. I use special tools to catch them. Happy Gilmore. Yo, Jesse, what's up, bro? Nice to see you, man. Priscilla says, my water comes out from mountains, buddy. I got a tap TDS of 50 and 7-ish pH. Awesome. What is up, Mad Cypress LL? Nice to see ya. Word up. In the 9 years I lived in Montana, school was never called out, no matter what. Yeah. It's very seldom here. Like last year, we didn't have to do any snow makeup days at all whatsoever. Whenever they had their Christmas break and their spring break and all that, they didn't have any kind of snow days to make up at all. Could have been because we had a mild winter, but it could have also been because they're pretty strict here about just having school. If we can go to school, we go. All right. Lisa says, my kids are so spoiled with school closings for rain, snow, that my daughter complained yesterday morning when there was frost on the ground and she had to go to school, only in Virginia. Yeah, that's the way Missouri is. I grew up in Missouri, and even to this day, I don't know if they're afraid they're going to get sued or something. Now, growing up in Missouri, we had a lot more ice storms than what we did snow. So, you know, ice storms, there's no driving on it, you know. Select Pet says, speaking of the basement, Jeffro, when we see in that fish room down there, I haven't even started on it. I got a lot to clean out, basically, and I haven't even started on it. It's a winter project, and we're still in the fall, man. Come on. Aqua Bros says, San Diego staying 75. Sweet. That's about my perfect temperature that I like. Do you ever get your beard in your fish tanks? Let's see. I'm trying to think if I ever have. Nope, not that I know of. Candy just linked my Teespring store. Thanks a lot, Candy. Maxwell says, when it got like 45, school ended early. Dang. That's like crazy, actually. Jamie McDonald said, I swear it's yeah, and down in Missouri also, if it gets too hot, they call out school. Jamie McDonald said, I swear it's the teachers union president who gets to cancel school. Have you ever flicked water into your mouth and liked it? No, I was doing some gravel backing on this little 10-gallon over here, and it's just at the height where you got to get down real low and really huff on it pretty hard. And I mean, it just rocketed. I didn't like it though. Jamie McDonald said, then they have this thing called a 2-hour delay. Worst thing in the world. Yeah, I know, right? Do you ever do a dance when catching your fry? Sometimes. I've been known to do a dance. No 2-hour delays in Montana. Yeah, right. I probably got duckweed in the beer, Maxwell, for sure. I'm back. Had to let the dogs out. I was wondering who let the dogs out, Mary. Jeff Roy, do you have any relation to the clown from Rob Zombie 2000 House of Corpses? No, but somebody was telling me that around Halloween. Yeah, who let the dogs out was Mary. Alright guys, we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to go grab me a drink and I will be right back. I've left this stream a lot tonight, more than any that I can ever remember, so I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. That John Bedker, I'll tell you what. We are back. What did I miss? Hope my dog will forgive me for tooting in his face. You did it again? Good grief. Good grief, Aqua Bro. Time to go add some Baileys to my coffee. Pam is turned up tonight, isn't she? I was going to let Pam know that I went ahead and emptied my bladder while I was gone to get my drink, because she told me in one of the streams one time that she wanted to know if I ever went and emptied my bladder. I think she was like, thanks for the information or something like that. He may forgive, but he won't forget. Uh-oh. He munches himself all day. A change is heaven. He will get revenge, definitely. Dozer gets revenge on me for nothing. Oh, did you already do it, Priscilla? Priscilla said, Jeffro tricked me into pimping his logo. Gosh, if you've already done it, you're like the fastest artist in the world. Shelby Ray says, me semi-lurking and finishing up art project. You're an artist too, I forgot. There's a lot of artists in here tonight. I wanted to be an artist, but I don't have enough patience. And my mom didn't like the type of art that I did. Like, she thought that, like, she was always worried about me. Like, I would draw like these skeleton type, I guess, demon-like figures and stuff like that, so she thought that I was going to be devil-possessed or whatever. So the, you know, here I am. Basically, why I was drawing those was I had this guy that was in my art class that could draw hella cartoon characters. I mean, crazy artists, you know. Great, great artist. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to mimic those kind of things, you know, and try to get into that kind of stuff, but it never went anywhere. You promised her millions. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no, I did not do yet. Oh, I didn't think that you did. I am a semi-artist of sorts. I can sketch but can't use color. That's about, I'm not skilled at all though, but I wanted to. Jeff, did you draw? No, I didn't ever draw that. I did, but not where my mom could see it. You know, all guys do those kind of things. Waiting for the dollar bills first. I went on a few places today, and I almost had one made, actually, but I gave up. I had such a headache. Yeah. Those Great Danes take bigger than my dogs. Yeah, they do, I'm sure. Terry's Tropical Take says, I can't draw a straight line. Frankie Foundation says, Jeffro, if you sell fish more in the future, you should change the name to Jeffro's Exotic Fish. That's a cool name. I know whenever I uploaded like some frog videos, Bob Steamfock commented, Jeffro's Frog Keeping. Yep, I could start another channel. Like if I ever got heavy into reptiles, I could start another channel, Jeffro's Frog Keeping. My grandma used to say, a head like that must hurt. Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh, Lisa C is in the house. What is up, girl? Welcome to the live stream. This live stream has no topic. Saturday nights is just to hang out. For as long as I've got a lot of people hanging out, I stay live for quite a while sometimes. So, Jeffro's House of Fish, yeah, that would be a good one too. My channel name before January, before I changed it to fish keeping, was just Jeffro. That was just the name of my channel, was just Jeffro. My dog's duties are not that big at all. Yeah. Just Jeffroz house of 1,000 fish. That's pretty cool. 1,000 fish bodies. Apricot brandy. Ooh. Jeff's Exotic Fish Foundation. Jeff. That's pretty cool, Slick Pet. Oh. That's actually pretty thoughtful. All right, we are at the bottom of the chat. The long chat. Who all in here was at the stream last night? Just say I was. I actually enjoyed that one, and I was kind of surprised that my phone did so good. I know I've said that before tonight, but I really was. I was thinking that it was because the last time I've done 2 of these where I do a mobile live stream fish room tour, and the last time I did one, it took like 1 hour and 20 minutes. I know if I did one now, it'd probably be closer to 2 hours, but when I got into his room last time, it started buffering a lot. And I was really shocked that over there that it wasn't. TM Aquatics is in the house. Jeffro heading back down to Des Moines next weekend for more plecos, L46, L66, and L333s. That is awesome, man. You must be selling the heck out of them. That is crazy, man. Maybe we'll hook up or something. Are you going to the guy that keeps his plecos in a dark room in a garage or something like that? Pleco versus egg. Terry was there. Daryl was there. Aqua Bros was there. Pam was there. Yep, Candy was there. I missed it last night. I was working. Your tank is overflowing. Yeah, whatever, Slick Pet. I did have a tank overflowing last night before the stream started. I seen a little puddle of water on the floor in my dining room, and one of my 40-gallon breeders, the Aqua Clear had sucked up some. I don't have an intake sponge on there. I do now, but one of the Aqua Clears had sucked up some duckweed, and it kind of clogged over on the side of some filter media, and then it just started overflowing and dripping out. And luckily I caught it. Candy advertised it, or I would have missed it. Yeah, Candy is good about that. She really is. Candy was in a live stream, really? Yeah, no kidding. So shocked, right? Ray was there. Thanks a lot, Priscilla. You actually made me look. Because when it's the second person telling you there's a tank overflowing, you're like... Because this one, I woke up yesterday morning late. Yesterday afternoon sometime, I noticed this one right here had shut completely down. And I really don't know if it was a snail that got in there or what. Joseph says, I have fish coming from Peru in a week or so. Excited. That is good news, man. That is really good news. Aqua Bros says, what going on behind you? A lot's going on behind me, actually. Tons and tons of living. I had to catch the replay last night. Pleco versus Plum. That would actually be pretty good. That's actually a good one, Jason. OMG, what is that one behind him? Yeah, what's the next Pleco versus what? The next Pleco versus is going to be Pleco versus Thanksgiving dinner if what I ordered comes in time. And that will come out the day after Thanksgiving, next Friday. I have not made the video yet. But everything happens right, which I think it will. I will be making a Pleco versus Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to kind of leave it as a surprise. Keith was there last night. Carbon really was there last night. I know Dank was there. He says 100, so that's his. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, so what? Dubrex, he says, hey Jeffro, happy Saturday night to you. It's Sunday roast day for me. I put scraps of cucumber ends in tank and just took out the skins this morning. Who finally They the off the frozen peas. Cool. That is good news. No chlorine. That is crazy. Craziness. Yeah, mountain spring water, Priscilla. Pleco versus Yule log. Yeah, no doubt. Stuffed? Question mark. I don't know, Pam. Remember, I'm half blonde. No offense, Candy. Pete Berlinski is in the house. Yo, Jeffro, and you cool catfish peeps. What is up, Pete? Nice to see you, buddy. Jeffro, what shell dwellers are you looking to get? Let me pull it up to where I pronounce it as close as possible if I'm reading it. Alto Jesse from HC Aqua turned me on to them. They're Alto Lamprologus Compriceps Sumba Dwarf. They are beautiful. If you look up on Google Images, oh my gosh. Let me do this real quick. This is a Google image, so I don't really have permission for this, but the person, let's see, show details. Maybe I can, it does have the person who owns the picture. Related searches. It has their name on the image, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Hopefully I don't get in any trouble here. So image, okay. Let's try to see if I can find it here real quick. I don't even know where I saved it at. That's not where I saved it at. Oops. Sumba. You guys got all night. Getting close. There we are. Okay, so let's go to my webcam. Why is that not? You guys can see it, right? Okay. Why is my webcam not allowing me to unlock it? Oh, there we go. So let me make me a little smaller and make this a little bit bigger. So boom, boom. Look at those guys. Aren't those guys nice? I think they are. That's what I'm looking for, guys. What do you guys think of those? I'll just take a couple feeder goldfish, no, from the colder tank. Hello, Jeff's Erotic Fish Foundation. Now, let's see. What did she say? I've got something for you. What's your email? Let's see here. Hotmail.com. There you go. I've had that email ever since I was 21 years old, so now I'm probably buffering, ain't I? Isn't that something? Okay, so where are we at? What the... Jeff, dude, you are full on blonde. No offense taken. LOL. Like, yeah, I know, right? I had Pygmy Cory Colony, Pleco versus Starfruit. I have Pygmy Cory Colony breeding in a planted tank, Pete. I don't even know how many are in there now. Impulse bought some jewel cichlids. Think I'll regret it. And I'll keep saying I'm not a cichlid guy. No, right? Thanks, Aqua Bros. Careful, Jeffro. Keep it PG-13 at least. Yeah, right. Punchy. Whoopsie. Okay. No frogs. Sorry for hollering out loud, but those are pure D gorgeous. Aren't they beautiful? Jesse from JC or HC Aqua. One night when I was talking about um, what I wanted, I was just going to get some multis, you know, and those are like a starter level shell dweller. And these guys right here get a little bit bigger than the multis, but they're still good for a 20 long. And but these guys right here, the nice ones like this, are going for almost $30 a piece. So I'm gonna have some money tied up in them. Always tons of snakes at expos. You can thank Brian Barsick for that. But those are the fish that I want to get for my shell dweller tank. Aqua Bro says, love me some Tanganyikans. Yes, definitely. The 21 is his age. Yeah, no kidding. Sorry for, oh, you already read that one. All right. Those are dwarfs, right? What size tank are you putting them in? 20-gallon long. Right there. And they are dwarfs. I think 2.5 inches, I think, is the full size. They're very nice. $20-gallon long. They're small enough to be a shell dweller, and these shells are big enough for them to be able to do their stuff. Lake Dankanika. Yeah, Dank. Yep, that's it. Jeff, get them breeding, then you can make your cash back. Yeah, you never really, you know, whenever, you know, everybody likes to say breeding for profit and everything, but like, you never really make your money back. I haven't seen it yet, anyhow. I mean, I've got 2 plecos up here that right now, each one of them are going for like $200 a piece on Aquabid. And then I've heard like you can sell them for an inch long at 100. I've heard that you can sell them for an inch long for 50 a piece. But am I really going to be able to get that out of them? I mean, I've got to try, because you don't want to kill the market. That'd be like getting a bunch of zebra plecos and only selling them for 25 bucks a piece. That's not fair out there to the market, you know. And not only that, usually the ones that are more expensive and rare like that are harder to spawn too. So I've got a wild caught redfin Compricep. He's a beast. Been looking at the dwarf Zumbas for a while. Yeah, they're nice, man. Very nice. I found a few places that have kept them. Like Wet Spot is out right now. I can't remember what the other name of that other place is, but I found 2 different sets. One of them is $19 each, but the color in them didn't look as good as the ones that were $28. John Bedker says Lamprologus Compriceps. Nope, they're Alto Lamprologus Compriceps Dwarf Zumba SP. Just got the fire fins. Oh, nice. Breeding for profit is illegal in most states. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, wait, you were talking about fish. Pam. Oh, Pam. What would I do without you, Pam? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. The Bailey's is starting to kick in, guys. Oh, that was a good one. Must be time to put some more Baileys in my coffee. Yep, time to top her off. Time to top her off, Pam. Select Pet says, whether you actually make your money back, say you will, and realize it, rationalize it that way. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It's mostly fun for me. Like, if I get those plecos to spawn, I'll be happy more than just about money or whatever, you know. Because there's not very many people that, you know, they've not been in the U.S. very long. I think Eric Bodrock is the only one that I've even heard of to get them to spawn so far. So that would be a feather in my hat. And I actually need to get busy setting up their aquarium that they're going to go into. So just letting them chill right now. Like yesterday, when my daughter got here, I was showing her both of those plecos, and both the male and the female, the honeycomb pattern has really darkened up on them, and I'm really happy about that, because when I brought them home, the honeycomb pattern was really faded, and I think that is like one of the most amazing parts of them, is that dark honeycomb pattern on their body. It really looks awesome. Are we buffering at all? Because it is saying video output low for like the last 5 or 10 minutes now. Feather in the KC hat or the O hat? Yeah, no doubt, right? Whatever hat I'm wearing, I guess. Okay, Jamie McDonald's helping me out with my pronunciation. Compressiceps. Yep, that's exactly right. Compressiceps. Yeah, Jeremy earlier, I was on a video chat with him, and he was at an, not the auction, he was at a swap over in Ohio. And he says, what compressiceps are you looking for? And I can't ever say it. But now, when you see it like that, and if I keep on saying it over and over and over again, Alto Lamprologus, I've got that down pat, and Dwarf Sumba, you know, but compressiceps, that's very good. No buffering for me. Cool. Looks good here. Awesome. Good, good, good. All right, we'll go for another 20 minutes, guys, and then probably get off of here. That'll be the 2-hour mark. We'll probably go till 9, another 30 minutes, I would say. Somewhere around in there. We'll see. But then everything looks good here right now. Yeah, no kidding, right? Audio, video, good, no buff. Malawi eye biters are my dream fish. I don't know if I've seen those or not, Dub. It's like me and... Oh, yeah. I bet you the X is silent on that one. But I don't even want to try to butcher that one. Mob Guppy is leaving for the night. Good night, everybody. Well, have a great rest of the weekend, Peter. I'm surprised you're still here, Barry. It's getting past your bedtime. Oh. They're comps, yep. Alto Lamprologus comps, just like the multifasciatus. Uh-oh. What's up?
Oh, he's just coming to lay down.
Okay.
You
coming? Huh?
I'm getting ready to leave.
Okay. Dozer?
Yeah.
You gonna... Did he already go back out there?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put him in the kennel.
Okay.
Have a good time. All right, where are we? Where are we? Man, the chat is froze up or something. No, I think we're just at the bottom. Z I Phosphorus. Oh my gosh. Z I Phosphorus. Phosphorus. That is terrible, isn't it? Good grief. Video output low is referring to content on quality question mark or quality question mark. At the top of my screen on the YouTube live stream, what do they call it? Like the little video manager section of it. YouTube puts up a thing at the top that shows what my stream health is. And I've got, you know, a mixer pulled up on my OBS that shows that my CPUs are doing really good, but right now it's, YouTube has a thing at the top that tells how much what my live stream health is, and sometimes it'll go yellow and sometimes it'll go red. Right now it's back to green, but there for about 5 or 10 minutes it was red, and that means that my stream health was low. And usually when that happens, we start experiencing some buffering, and I don't think that we did though. So yeah, it is the platy and swordtail genus. I knew that I'd seen that before. I can't ever say it though. Dozer, yeah, but he didn't stay in here. He's got his head up Allison's butt tonight. He is Jeffroing up that joke, Jamie. Yeah. Oh, okay. Video output low is referring to content or quality. Yeah, right. Now I get it. They're Blondie here. Oh. Let's see here. Keith Bordley says, what's an easy way to remove excess trumpet snails from a tank? Gosh. Well, I automatically think to the ones that I've got mine in, and everyone that I've got trumpet snails in has shrimp, so that makes it even tougher. If you didn't have any shrimp in there, you can do some of those water bottle traps where you cut, like, you cut this top part off of your water bottle, and then you cut the bottom part out of this one, and then you shove it in there. So this is open here, and then, you know, like, you can staple them together or tape them together or whatever, and that's how you can catch them. I've done that. I actually keep one put together all the time, but most of my tanks that have snails in them have shrimp. Whenever I was in Michigan at Jeremy's Sergeant Tanks, he gave me some assassin snails, and the tank that I put them in, they have went through and completely cleared out my ram's horn overpopulation, and their colony is growing. So I'm going to wait till I get some adults of the assassin snails, and then I'm going to start spreading them out throughout the tanks 2 at a time and try to get those spread out, because I hate the bladder snails. And then I really need to cut down on my Malaysian trumpet snails, because I have the same problem, man. Ken Amy says you're taking quite the beating tonight, Jeffro. Yeah, I know. I'm a good punching bag. Everybody come to Jeffro's stream. He is an excellent punching bag. Yeah, Pam says Jeffro needs some Baileys to get through the stream. No kidding, right? I've always been one that can dish it out but dish it in as well, so I'm cool. Dubrexy says that's how I made a yabby net with a 2-liter juice bottle. Yeah, they work really good. Like, there was one time whenever I needed to move a bunch of shrimp, and a bunch of baby guppies got in there with them, but it was cool. I ended up moving 70 shrimp just in the little bottle thing one night, so it worked good. Select Pet says teach your Shelleys to collect the snails for you. I think it was Primetime Aquatics talking about Shelleys piling all the snails in a pile. That's awesome. Also, you can put a great big giant cucumber if it's ram's horns. I don't have the Malaysians getting on the cucumbers as much as the ram's horns, but if you want to cut down on a ram's horn population, put a big cucumber on a fork for your plecos or whatever, and the ram's horns just get on there like a ram's horn popsicle, and then you can pull it up out of the water and get rid of a lot at a bunch at a time. That is a really good pro tip, but it doesn't work on the Malaysians that well, you know. I don't know if it's because of their shape, but they just can't really get up on the cucumber or what it is, but I know in the tanks that have ram's horns, they get on there and it's just a snail popsicle just everywhere. Terry's Tropical Tank says, if I see anything that remotely looks like a snail in any tank, it is greeted with nuclear destruction. I like snails. I don't even mind the tanks that have a few ram's horn, like 5 or 6 adult ram's horns in them. But the tanks that I feed my plecos and then I go back 20 minutes later and there is a big giant pile, like this tank up here is really bad. I need to do something about that. It's causing my plecos not to get very much food is what the deal is. Slick Pet said that's what Dory's parents did with rocks. Finding Dory. That's a pretty cool tip though, if Shelleys will do that. Keith Bordley says it's a bunch of Malaysians that have overpopulated 2 tanks. I've got one tank that is completely overtaken, and then I've got 2 other tanks that the population started to go crazy but then kind of chilled. Like, I think in this tank the ram's horns have beat them, but in this tank over here the Malaysians have beat them, And then in another one that I have Malaysians in, the ram's horns are kind of over. They're beating the Malaysians in that one too. Jamie McDonald says Kevin Green is my favorite punching bag, but you'll do tonight. Well, yeah, right. No doubt. Pam says my cat is scratching at the door to get out, but I know if I go over there and open the door, he will take one look at the snow and say, "Oh hell no." Yep, no kidding. KG's like, I'm not gonna lurk anymore. I heard that, Jamie. Down the wormhole. What is up, D? Nice to see ya. Bet you we got someone signing off here. Nope. Mary. Oh gosh. What a silly text that was. Denny Close says busted. Yeah, those lurkers, that's a good way to get them out. Like you start saying, I ain't seen Dank all night long. Boy, he'll be, I'm here, I'm here. He's working though, like he's setting up a new vivarium. Plus he's like been a lurker here lately. Like he don't say much. Whenever it's winter time, he kind of hibernates. He gets his snacks and he sits there and just watches me on the screen. Yeah, KG says, I guess I just popped in at the right time. Hopefully, I saw your replay today on your live stream, and hopefully I didn't go at the same time as you last night. Whenever I was watching your replay, Kevin, I seen that it said 1 day ago, and I don't think I started mine until 10 o'clock last night Central, so that would have been 8 o'clock your time. So hopefully I didn't go at the same time as you last night. If I did, I apologize. I didn't notice that you were going live. You've says, what's the best way to switch fish between two tanks? I usually just do a plop and drop. If I know that everything's good, if I know that everything's good in both of the tanks, I do a lot of plop and drop around the fish room. Like every once in a while, I'll move some moss out of a tank and there'll be like a fry or something in there and I won't notice it for a while. Like the other day in this tank right here, that's a swordtail tank right there. And all my excess moss that I get off of stuff, all my little clippings, I put on a piece of driftwood in that tank right there. And every once in a while some fry from those other tanks show up in there as juveniles, and they just plopped in there with the moss and I didn't notice it. Well, I'll go ahead and grab them out and go take them to the tank that they're supposed to be in and just plop them and drop them. Did I overlap you, Kevin? I'm so sorry, man. I did not mean to do that. I try not to do that at all, and I'm really sorry, man, if I did. I hate that. Joel says, I'll be driving. Welcome to the live stream, Joel. I'll be driving. Oh. Let's see, how much longer are we going to go? We'll go for another about 18 minutes or so. I started a little early. How do you know I have stinky feet? Have you been stalking me, Jamie? Kevin, you went live last night? Yeah, whenever I watched his replay earlier, it said 1 day ago. And I remember somebody called him out. That was Thursday night, though. Thursday night, he mentioned on KG Tropical's live stream that he would be going later that night, but I think it was last night. No, I didn't go live last night. Oh, okay, gotcha. Maybe I went live at the same time as you Thursday night then, because I went live at my normal time on Thursday night. So if I ever do, let me know, man. 2 inches of evaporation since Monday. Or are you running it low? Are you talking about up here? Yesterday, I had this filter clog up, and I took a bunch of water out of there. Like pitchers and pitchers of water. I was cleaning sponges and pitchers and stuff like that. And I figured I will be changing the tank again Monday, so I just let it go. Thursday night you went live. Okay, so we probably did go live at the same time Thursday night. I go live at 8 Central right after KG Tropicals every Thursday night, so I'll bet you we did. like 11-ish. So that would have been like 9:20-ish. I might have been off already then. I can't remember if I went long on Thursday night or not. I just always try not to go when other people are going, and if I find out that I did, I feel bad, and I just want to let you know I didn't do it on purpose if I did. Like Monday last week, Jeremy reached out to me to find out when I was going on Monday nights, because he always gets the Eastern and Central mixed up. He thinks I'm like 2 hours ahead of him, kind of. And I think Kevin is in California, so he's 2 hours ahead of me. So if he went 11:20-ish, that would have been 9:20-ish. I bet you I would have already been off by then. Jeff trying to make me feel blonde. I was in your stream, Kevin. Yeah, well, it's kind of YouTube's fault, because when I watched the replay today, it said streamed 1 day ago. So to me, if I watched it this afternoon and it says 1 day ago, that means that he went live last night, you know? That's what I was going off of. Usually they'll say like streamed 20 hours ago if it's 1 day ago or something like that. You are blonde, Candy. Yeah, no kidding, right? I know, but I don't act blonde like Jeff. Yeah, definitely. I act blonde. Definitely, for sure. I was blonde when I couldn't figure out the snail catcher. Yeah, I wonder how those are working for everyone. Must be a trick to it. I've seen some people are starting to get them. Ugh. I like how at the beginning of Kevin's stream, though, I think the topic was sponge filter. Why do we need one, or something like that? Plus Q&A. And like 2 minutes into the live stream, he was already done explaining the filter, and he just kind of chuckled, and it's like, well, that's all I got to say about that. You know, that was great. It's pure. It's real. You know, it's like whenever we go live, you know, we're in our mind thinking that we're in front of millions of people at the beginning. Tonight, I think, is my 76th live stream. After you get this many, that's what I recommend, is just do them, and then after a while, people are making fun of you in the chat, and you don't even care. Now, at the beginning, when people are making fun of you, you feel like an idiot, you know? Like, my first one is cringe. Like, Tampa Tom sent me a message, or somebody sent me a message the other night. I think it was Tampa Tom, or commented on one of my old live streams, said, I'm watching some of your old live streams before I was a subscriber, or something along those lines. And I'm like, cringe. Because I've went back and watched some of those, and oh my gosh, I had all kinds of technical difficulties and everything. Like, there's been some pretty bad ones. But I just kept on going. And it helps because I got a really big following on here. Like, on any given night, I got quite a few people that turn out for them, so that helps me a lot too. I think if I had low numbers, it would probably be not necessarily depressing, but you know, I've always had pretty good turnouts, so that helps a lot too. Valley Fish says, think it was grown immersed. Oh, John says, my Anubias from the auction is starting to grow good now, but the leaves are bigger for some reason. My leaves got really big on the two that you gave me as well. They never did melt back or anything like that, but man, they're growing really good. But the leaves are bigger. That's why, like, whenever we were there, I didn't know, because they just said Anubias. I didn't know if they were maybe Anubias barteri. That's what I was kind of thinking, because the barteri, I think, has a little bit bigger of a leaf than the petite. So that's what I'm thinking. I didn't know it extended, LOL, or how to open the hatch to let the snails out. Oh, okay, gotcha. My second one was Tuesday. On Tuesday was a cluster. Yeah, and it seems like Jeremy goes, like, he'll go to, you know, like the Facebook page to see if anybody's live or whatever, but Jeremy goes live kind of sporadic every once in a while. You know, he's like one of those from the hip live streamers, kind of like what Lucas is. And I'm not saying anything bad about it, but he didn't know that you were going live that night whenever he started going live. He didn't know. It's all German on the front, so I had no idea. I'll have to do a proper vid on it. Mary's laughing at me. I think she's laughing at me. John says old leaves were ½ inch, new leaves are like 1 inch plus. That's the same exact way mine are going. Mine are growing really good though. Like they're healthy, really healthy. I don't know about yours, but mine are looking really good. Mine have not melted back at all though. None of mine turned yellow or anything. I'll just grab one of them real quick. Does have a little bit of melting right there on the bottom, but I guarantee you that's the same exact thing that you're saying, but I don't know if they're petite, you know. But if you look right there, there's a little bit of melting back under here. Very healthy plant though, growing really good. I'm in love with them. My barterai are huge, 3-inch leaves, 12-inch tall plant. Yeah, they might be nanas. It just looks a little big for the nanas. I think this one right here is a barterai, so I think you're right. The barterai are the longer, narrower leaves. My towel stinks. Gotta wash the towel. Niles Seaton is in the house. What's up, Niles? Mike says, I know I tried OBS for the first time and I couldn't get it to work. Yep. When I started with OBS and I've stayed with it. And I did like 10 tests. And I had troubles with it. I had to do like 10 test streams. You know, I marked them, you know, private. Tested them out, and then I gave up on trying to do videos in them, you know, and stuff. Like Bob does a background video with a green screen every single time, and the first time I tried a video to show like one of my tanks, it just started buffering really bad. Allison Chains is in the house. I thought about you this week. Haven't seen you in the chat in a long time, so it is really good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. We're just about done. We got about a little less than 10 minutes left here. Niles Seaton is very correct though. It's not a very user-friendly piece of software. It's not. I don't like the camera settings on them either. How you have to go in there, like there's no real white balance setting. So but anyhow, thanks a lot for coming in here, Allison. Definitely been missed. I'm doing 3 live streams a week now, and you were one of my regulars for the longest time and haven't seen you in a long time. I know life gets busy and stuff, but you have been missed. It's really nice to see you. Mike says, I practiced today. That's what it takes. It takes practice. All right, we are at the bottom of the chat. We got 41 people still here. It's Saturday night. You can't quit us, Jeff. Yeah, I know, right? Somebody just walked in. I don't know if it's Burglar. Allison and Austin are both supposed to be gone, so. Hello? Hello? I know it wasn't Dozer or Mia. I better go check real quick. Hang on 1 second, guys. Alright, I guess my daughter came in, she forgot something and left already, but we have a lot of snow outside actually. I bet you we got 4 inches now. Oh, Ano's Fish Corner says 40 people equals 1 more hour. Well, let's just keep on going then. If we can get up to 100 people here, I'll go 1 more hour. Jeff, grab a cold one and let's keep it going. I will need to grab another cold one, actually. Allison Chain says, thank you so much, Jeffro. Yeah, definitely. Whenever you see someone all the time and then you don't see them anymore, I really dig your Instagram, and good to see you on there, but it's kind of nice to see you here every once in a while. Not trying to put the pressure on or anything, you know. But good to see you, though. Shelby says, sorry, Jeffro, we are wound up like ADHD young guns. You can't stop now. Pretend you are practicing for New Year's Eve. Yeah, no kidding, right? That one's going to be a long one. I think what I'm going to try to do, and I really need to get busy on it because it's going to be really hard to do, but those year in review videos are pretty difficult to do. You've got to go through a lot of footage, a lot of videos. It's a lot of editing, but what I would like to do is I would like to make a year in review video where I take a bunch of clips out of a bunch of videos and edit down a video for like a year in review and put that up to premiere at like midnight on New Year's Eve, and you know, live stream with you guys for like 4 hours, and then head over to the other link for the premiere and chat it up over there and watch the premiere to my year in review video. So that's what my plans are. Yeah, yay snow. It looks like we're getting a pretty good snow out there. David Ulrich says, I'm in Illinois. Yeah, I'm in Iowa, and we're getting, I would say we got 4 inches out there. It's pretty much snowed constant all afternoon. Joel says, if it's a career, ask them where Candy's mud skippers are. Yeah, no kidding. So that's the ones that you were waiting on, Candy? Dank just sent me a picture. Whoa. Oh, a video. Nice. That one won't even let me share it. I just got a text from Dank. I'm gonna try to put this video up that he sent me. I haven't done this in a long time. Alright, let's try to do this. We got time. We got time. We got plenty of time. I don't know where this... Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know where the water on my keyboard came from. I don't know. Maybe the Nubius plant that you pulled out of a tank and hovered over your keyboard, Jeffro. Maybe that's where the water came from. Okay. It says Gmail not responding. If we start buffering, I'm sorry, guys. My email is loading. Okay. Come on. Are we buffering? I can't see the chat because I don't have it pulled up right now. Are we buffering? It's saying green stream health. Okay, come on. Download. Save as a dank tank. It's a danky tank. It's a real danky tanky. Let's save that one here. Try I can find it and know where it is. I'm gonna get her done, Dank, I think. Okay. So now we can shut this off. I can pull this back up. I can go to here and let's see which image would that. Do that. And then I can go here and what one do I do? This one maybe? No. Buffalo, buffalo. Okay, now my video output's getting low. Okay. Hello? Okay. Let's try this. So let's take that one and get rid of that. Where? Oh, media source. Sorry. Okay, browse. Let's go up here to desktop. There. Danky tank. Ooh, kill him. Kill him. Let's do this. Look at that, guys. There's dank tanks. Look at that. I wonder if it'll keep on looping. Look at that, dank. Okay. It ain't gonna keep on looping. Who is sending me messages? Is it this one? What are you talking about? Okay, properties. Loop. There we go. There we go. Dank Tanks live on Jeffroz live stream. Boom. He's feeding it a worm. I don't know why there's no sound. But what kind of worm is that, Dank, if you're still in the chat? If you're still here, Jeff does whole live stream with him in little screen and doesn't realize, LOL. Yeah, I got it on the loop now. Dank, are you even still here, bro? Tell us a little bit about this in the chat. I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. Lake effect snow from 2 Great Lakes, frigid cold. LOL, the video freezes in the most flattering times. Does it really? Really? Is it freezing, guys? Remember to pick right video, Jeff. Yeah, no kidding, right? It's a super worm. Cute. A mealworm? Like, that's what I feed my, my box turtle every once in a while. I've been in sunny North Carolina for 30 years. Never one time have I missed that snow or chains on tires or routine black ice or having that damp cold get right into your bones. Nope, nope, nope. I love North Carolina. That's my tokay gecko. About 5 years old, male. Seems like a whole lot of work for such a short video. Superworms on occasion, as they are really fatty. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff in them. Stream is good. One of my tokays, I should say, LOL, yeah, Dank's got a ton of them. Like 20. He's got like 20 tokays now. I think he's got like 3 now. Okay, come on now. Mary, quite contrary. See what she wants. Is this one? Oh, so you're just trolling me? He's cute. Yeah, he is a nice gecko. He will bite your finger off completely, though. Look at Dank. He's scared of him. Okay. Enough of that. That's pretty cool, though, that I was able to get that to work. That's the first time I've tried that in forever. Maybe it's because I know how to work OBS now. 3. Yep, Dank's got 3. Oh, you're feeding reptiles tonight? Fantastic. Yeah, right? Jeremy's Wild Studio. Yeah, Dank just texted that to me. And those are the things that... So Dank wasn't in the chat for a long time, so I knew that he was busy doing something. So I was calling him out in the chat, so he texted that to me. So I thought, I'm going to try and email it to myself and pull it up, and I did. So you guys could see what Dank texted me. The Loach Guy is in the house. Hey, Jeffro and Fish Fam. What is up, the Loach Guy? Nice to see ya. Welcome to the stream. Tap, tap, tappity, tap, tap, tappity, tap, tap. Noise. Yep. I tap on the glass so they know if I'm coming in for feeding. Were you guys able to hear the sound? Because I wasn't able to hear the sound. I'd like to know that, to see if you guys were able to hear the sound. Because that would have been so bad if Dank would have been like, hey baby, come here honey. Yeah, on my inlers, I tap on the glass. Like I've got like 3 inler tanks that are completely packed full of um, uh, guppy grass. And if I can't see them, I'll tap on the glass and here they come. They're like, hey dad, how's it going? During the day, I will tap and he will pop his head out like, sup. That's awesome. What is up, Rack? Nice to see you. The Loach guy says, just had my big air pump go out that ran all my tanks. Time to call Jimco on Monday. Dang it. Candy says, we did hear sound. That is awesome. I couldn't hear it on my end, so I didn't know if you guys were able to or not. Yep, Jeremy did come at the right time. I already shut it down though. Let's see here. Select pet, sound, thumbs up, cool. Kevin Green is talking in Morse code. Yes. Yes, heard tapping, cool. Yes, I could hear the tapping, awesome. Yes, we heard the sound, don't get excited. Well, I was kind of wondering that because I just couldn't hear it on my end. And now I'm glad that it wasn't sounds of something else. I guess I should have watched and heard the whole video before I played it. Next time Dank sends me a video, maybe I will watch the entirety before I put it on there. Dank says, wait till I show off my blue-headed green tokay. You should do that in a live stream right after I get done tonight, Dank. It'd be really easy. That cell phone that you've got in your hand that you're reading the chat on right now, you can go to your YouTube channel and hit the go live, and then it will walk you through some real easy steps, you know, like it says smile for a thumbnail that you can go back later and change if you would like. And then all of a sudden you're going to be on the screen and you're going to be like, whoa, am I live? Am I live? Guys, hello? Is this thing on? And then you'll say, I'm going to go show you my blue-headed tokay, guys. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I shouldn't go get the other bush latte. Maybe I'm good. Terry says, Jeffro, I think you need to do some more fishing vids. How to look cool using a spin cast. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. You've been watching some of my old videos. Oh no, Pam says Dank was cussing up a storm in that video. You are demonetized. Let's see here. You could see I was naked in the reflection. Oh, great. It's kind of like that one that Mikey put on Instagram where you could see his nipple ring. He didn't even know it. His wife saw it or later, and then everybody, once they noticed it, started blowing it up in the chat or the comment section. It was kind of funny. It's like, oops, a daisy. This just in, Dank is going live next. Yeah, I know. It'd probably be a record for him, too. How is my audio? Oh. I watched a video today with an F-bomb in it, KG. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. That's one thing I've never probably put on my channel as an F-bomb. I'm going to go grab another bush latte, and I'll be right back. Oh. I am back. Should I get another coffee? Go for it, Pam. Oh no, another hater. LOL. Dub Rexy says, old video, Jeffro's Honda Ruckus video. Sorry for spelling. Yeah. Did a lot of, I did some of those, I tried them out. I think I maybe did 5 of them where I would ride on the Honda Ruckus and talk while I was on it. What are those called? Moto vlogs. I did like 5 or 6 of those. That's what I was doing. I was struggling for content, guys. Whenever you have a channel that doesn't have a real niche, you struggle to make content. You know, you're like, I think I can leave work at 3 today and go fishing, which I love fishing, you know, and I probably could have made a ton more fishing videos, and I probably could have done some ice fishing videos, but I don't own a boat. You know, there's all kinds of things that I didn't have. So I had one fishing video that did really good, the others not so much. But it was like I was always struggling to make content, you know, to find content to make. Like, one of the videos that I remember making that was a lot of fun is we cut the top off of one of my daughter's cars. That was a lot of fun to make. I played like a remixed Frank Sinatra song. That was a lot of fun to make. And then after we got done cutting it completely off and turned it into a convertible, we drove it around for a little bit, you know, and stuff. That video was a lot of fun to make, but those videos are hard to come by and figure out and do and everything, you know. And last year at this time, I was really trying to figure out what way do I want my channel to go. I've got to do something, because like there was a month here and a month there where I wouldn't even upload last year. Like last March in 2017 in March, I made a video every day, and that was a struggle. Then when I came up with this idea to change my channel to Jeffroz FishKeeping, I had my last 10 videos or so had been to do with my, you know, fish tanks and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I came up with this plan where I would upload at least twice a week, and I was afraid at first that I would have troubles coming up with content, but I never have. I never have even looked back, you know. I mean, knock on wood, I have not got creator's block yet. You know, I've always got content, and now that I've got like 40 aquariums, it makes it easier and easier to come up with content, because like it's probably been 6 weeks ago or so now, I did a shrimp video where I just made a video all my shrimp in the fish room, and you guys hadn't even seen my shrimp in like 2 months or 3 months or something like that, you know. And like now it's already been like 6 weeks, you know. Like there's just always content whenever you have this many aquariums. And then like when you start running out of content, you make a pleco versus food video, you know what I mean? Or like you go film someone's fish room, you know. I mean, I've always got videos to make, and I've stuck to that 2-day-a-week upload. And then now look at it, it's like I'm doing 3 live streams a week. It's craziness. Jamie McDonald says, I went ice fishing, caught a bunch, went home and tried to cook it, and flooded my kitchen. Good grief. How did you flood your kitchen, Jamie? Jeremy from Sergeant Tank is in the house. What is up, buddy? Pound it. Hopefully you got some good deals a little bit ago. Terry's Tropical Tank says, I didn't even know you have shrimp. Yep. This shrimp tank, or this tank, this 40-gallon breeder right here has got a bunch of wild colored shrimp in it. So I've got blues and chocolates and like tiger stripes, like some brick colored ones, like cherries, black ones with golden backs, just a bunch of different wild colors in this tank. It's like kind of like a tank of many colored shrimp. Then I've got some fantasy blue dreams, I've got some black rose, and I've got a couple of different grades of cherry shrimp. And I probably got, I think, 8 tanks that have shrimp in them. Dank says, yo Jeffro, you ready to sell some black rose? I was looking at my colony today and they are looking healthy, man. I've got a bunch of adults. I don't have any brand new babies, but that could be because they are like in their colony thing in the back. But it's definitely a big healthy colony. Jeremy says, I am pretty sure everyone is saying hi to other Jeremy. D, yeah. With Oh, shoot. Allison Chain says ice fishing, and then someone else said with the ice he fished. Oh, gosh, Jamie. Blonde again. He knows how to get me now. I'm doomed with Jamie. I'm doomed. Yeah, I'm like, how in the world? And that's a true test right there to show you. I am definitely thick when it comes to those. It's like, how in the world did you flood your kitchen? Nothing obtained on my end. Well, dang it. Yeah, so blonde. Let's see here. Been lurking. I only have cherry shrimp, David says. Well, I don't know how long you've been keeping them, dude, but eventually the cherry shrimp or the shrimp bug will hit you. Dank Tank says Jeffro unmod Jeremy so I can ban him. That wouldn't be a nice way to play. Let's see here. Snook fishing, #1. Cool. I've never been snook fishing. If you go tuna fishing, you catch tuna. If you go ice fishing, you catch ice. Got it that time. Got it. Oh. That headache is still lingering a little bit. Probably dehydrated. So what is new, guys? We've been going for about 2.5 hours. Craziness. 2 hours and 27 minutes. It doesn't seem that long, though. David says about 4 months. You know, what happened with me is I bought some cherries that I wasn't really pleased with. And then I bought some higher grade ones. And the higher grade ones had one solid black rose. Juvenile in the bag. And I did the right thing. I pulled it out. And I was like, huh. So I put it in the tank of the cherries that weren't as high of a grade. And that black shrimp turned out to be this beautiful, gigantic black female that started all these wild colors. And then it started throwing out pretty straight some blacks. So then I took all the blacks out and I put them in a tank by themselves, and then just kept on and kept on and kept on, you know, culling. And now I've got a pretty straight line of black rose after an hour, after a year of working with them and just culling all the gray ones out and the tiger ones out and all that kind of stuff, the golden backs. After getting all those out of there, now it's pretty straight black. Every once in a while there'll be a couple here and there that have a couple of little blue, you know, the females where they've got those little things that armor plates that kind of hold the eggs in. A few of those will be blue, but for the most part the line is pretty black. But you'll definitely get the bug. You'll see a shrimp out there that, you know, like now I've got crystal reds. I got some caradinas about a month ago too. So now I've got 9 tanks that have shrimp in it, and one of them, the newest shrimp that I've got, are Caradina. But that video won't be out until a week from this Tuesday, the unboxing for those. Does anyone keep amoebias anymore? Boy, I don't. You ever buy fish from a store that kept doing? Not that I know of. Dying? That kept dying? You ever buy fish from a store that kept dying? What I like to do at my LFS and all other LFSs as well. This is a thought that I had the other night. There's some people that bring fish in and they quarantine and they medicate no matter what. Like Bob, I heard on one of his live streams not too long ago, he does general cure on every fish that he brings in. But I won't quarantine. If I buy some Sumbas and put in here, I won't quarantine them because that's the tank that they're going to go in, and there's no other fish in there. And I don't like to medicate unless I see that something's wrong with it. So like if I buy fish online, you can't look at them before you buy them. But like when I buy fish at a pet store or something, there's been times when like I was looking for some swordtails once. My LFS got them in, but when I got in there, they didn't look very healthy to me. And we've got to remember that a lot of times that these LFS, you know, they've moved like 3 or 4 times in a short amount of time, and these fish lots of times are stressed. And what I like to do is if he gets some in, I like to just gamble it out and be like, you know, I'm not going to pull the trigger on these fish right now. I'm going to wait and see how they do at his store. And if I come back in 2 or 3 weeks and he no longer has them because he sold them, that's the gamble that I'm taking. Then, you know, I try not to impulse buy unless it's something that I know I'll never find again, and then I might pull the trigger. But lots of times I don't medicate them right when I bring them home. I'll put them in their own little system, and I'll take a look at them and keep an eye on them. Jeremy says, okay, I'm out here, everyone. It was fun to stop by. Catch y'all later, or bye. And catch you later, Jeremy. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. OMG, that was FD. Back to Tokay geckos. What? You want me to show your tokays again, Jeremy? I called you Jeremy. You guys can hear some tapping on the glass. I can't hear it. You guys hear a little tapping on the glass here. Then he cusses and yells at his tokay. And then he taps again. Hey baby, come over here and eat. Boom. There you go. Coming soon to a live stream near you. Dank Tanks. Now Dank says no. Back to the Tokay geckos. And then now he says no. I impulse buy all the time. Bad me. Yeah, I know, right, David? I have before too. Don't get me wrong. Especially if it's something that I see that I know I'll never see again, or I won't see it again for a long time. Like if I was to go on my LFS tomorrow and he had some Sumbas, I'd buy them. Little tippy tap. LOL, just tap it in. Just tappy. Tappity tap, tippity tap, tip tappy. Oh, is there such thing as live stream insomnia? I love trolling Jeffy Weffy. These are the texts that I get during the live stream, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one out. Oops. Look at that, guys. Been just blowing my phone up. Gotcha, Barry. Gotcha. Happy Gilmore. Yeah, I love that movie. I love it whenever he gets into the fight and Bob Barker goes, the price is wrong, bitch. River Life says, what's a good source for discus? Ooh. Anybody in the chat know how to answer that? There was this one place, one time I just about pulled the trigger on some discus, and I want to say it was Joey Mullen from the King of DIY. It's probably well over a year ago now. He went to a place that imports discus, and for some reason I want to say it was something to do with clown, but I had talked to someone locally that had bought discus from there. Man, I really don't know, man, but that place looked like they were legit. Really looked legit, like a big, they had a real big selection. So without knowing what the name of that place was, you would have to go to his stinking channel and look through tons and tons of videos. But that's where I remember seeing it at. Dank says, I have PVC bamboo tube, and when he calls from inside of it, it's so loud. Yeah, I've definitely heard that a lot. She sent me the same text. Yeah, whatever, Tank. Barry RNH2O been blowing my phone up. And I'm just teasing you, by the way, Barry. I'm not really mad at you. Uncle Sam's, that's it. Ken Amy for the win. Uncle Sam's Discus. Go look at them first because I've been on their website before and they've got a great big giant selection of discus rack. And then John Bedker has one here. It says Discus Hans, Baltimore, Maryland, I think. Uncle Sam's, I've actually been on their website before and they have tons and tons of selection. Like, and then Joey did like a fish room tour and then he was there during a big import that they had. Lots of really nice discus. Uncle Sam's is right, Jamie. Has a great reputation, but have never kept them myself. Same here, but whenever I was looking, yep, David Ulrich, yep, Uncle Sam's. It was well over a year ago. I was thinking, man, I am going to get some discus. And I went and looked, and oh my gosh, they've got some good ones there. Kicked my off. Terry says, kicked myself off the dang stream. Dank says, you keep making her mad, she gonna be Halloween at RNH2O. No kidding, it's past her bedtime too. She's probably cranky tonight. Reels Tanks is in the house. I didn't even see him sneak in. What's up, buddy? You were one of them that said Uncle Sam's Discus. Well, hello, Reels. What's up, bro? Brandon Saltanovic had brought in the Uncle Sam's too. And I don't think I've seen you tonight yet either, Brandon, so welcome to the live stream. Unboxing 500 Discus, I think, is what the name of that one is. It actually, if you go watch that video, it will show you behind the scenes of what their operation is like, and it was pretty cool. Rick Lisk is in the house. What is up, Rick? This one's turned into a banger. Long. I've been going since before 7. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Time to take the shoes off. Relax the toes. Now it's going to smell in here, guys. I'm sorry. Well, since the chat is dead, let's go back. I think Jeremy already left. The Jeremy that's into reptiles anyhow. Sergeant Tank, he's been talking about possibly getting a tokay here lately, but look at that. Yep, that's a super large mealworm. I get those for my LFS too, for my box turtle. Reels Tank says, having a bad pain night, but I'm still lurking. Well, appreciate you being here, buddy. I don't know what I would do if I had to deal with pain, because I'm a wimp, and I've seen some bad stories out there with people, especially people that I've known that, you know, I work with a lot of spinal cord injuries, and they deal with, you know, some of them deal with pain and some of them don't. Some of them don't have any feeling at all, you know. But I've dealt with some cases where they've got severe back pain, and I don't know how they do it. We all that don't have pain are blessed, I'm telling you. So I feel for you, buddy. The unnamed fish keeper says, wow, you're still alive. Yeah, every once in a while on Saturday nights, if we've got enough people still hanging around, we go ahead and just keep hanging around. John Bedker says KG Tropicals has several Discus Hans videos. Awesome. And they're out of Baltimore. I don't know where John got his from, but if you guys go back and look at the video that I did of John's fish room, he's got some awesome discus as well. Rick List says a good night for a stream. Yeah, Saturday nights are always really slow. So usually on a Saturday night I can go pretty long and it doesn't ever step on anybody's toes. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Hans Discus has always had handsome, great, healthy fish. Awesome. awesome. I recently watched a bunch of discus videos thinking about getting a tank going, but I think I might be too much work for me. Oh, it might be too much work for you. I've heard lately, you know, back whenever I was looking into them, I'll get this off of here, guys. I've heard that, Dank's probably saying, gosh, I didn't clean that tank before you put that on there. Get it off of there. I've heard that, here, I'll link it, Tampa Tom. At the beginning, whenever I started looking into them, I had heard that you got to really watch your water parameters. You know, they're really picky fish, yada, yada, yada. But nowadays, what I've heard from a lot of people is, I linked it there, Tampa Tom. Consistency is really a big thing on them. You know, like, sure, they're picky with their water parameters, but they're picky with, you know, water parameters that go like this. So if you can find a consistent water parameter, you know, try to, you know, what I always do is whenever I go to look for a fish or a pleco or a shrimp or something like that, I try to look and see what kind of water parameters they like. And if I can get close to that, I feel comfortable going ahead and getting them, because if you can get close to that water parameter and keep it level and steady, I think you'll have a good outcome. And I'm hearing that on discus, that they're not as picky as what people are saying. Could you say anything to that, John, since you're one in the chat that does keep discus? Because I know that you're keeping them with a bunch of different fish, kind of a community type African, and then you've got some loaches in there and different things like that, so that'd be good to know that too. Jason says, I'm trying to get some of those discus from that guy who died. That would be cool. Gone Mad says rum chata and fireball. Whoa! Sounds like a good night, Gone Mad. Banger. Dank says banger. Rick List says, is that your Tokay? Nope, that is Dank Tank's Tokay. He sent me a text a little bit ago because I was teasing him because he wasn't involved in the chat. He's one of my mods, but he's kind of busy tonight, and I was teasing him about it because I knew that he was busy tonight. And he texted me to show me what he was doing while he wasn't in the chat. And it was that video right there. So I emailed it to myself and downloaded it into my OBS here to pull it up for you guys. And that's like the third time I pulled it up. Trying to get Dank some screen time since he never goes live and shows off any of his stuff. Select Pet says, almost made a bad joke about not stepping on toes and going long, but I know better. I read into that one enough. Like, I am blonde, you know, but I think I kind of get what you're getting at there. Terry Tropical Tank says, tomorrow I am running the 3/4 PVC for my linear piston pump, installing 5 manifolds, and a step closer to the new fish room. That is awesome, man. I know eventually whenever I get my basement fish room done, that's what I will do. Because right now I've just got short manifolds and running tubes to a couple of tanks. Like in this room, really technically what I should have done is I should have run some PVC around the ceiling and just ran this pump to all the tanks. Then I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more tanks running off of the central, you know, pump. Mine isn't a linear air piston though, it is a manifold pump. But it still would run all the tanks in this fish room, no problem. But right now I'm only running like, see, 5, 6. I'm only running 6 out of like the 12 tanks in here. That Tokay is 15 inches total for everyone who wants to know. He's a beast. Gone Mad said Iris's birthday is Monday. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys are having a good time, man. Sounds like it. We can see the steam rising from your feet. I bet, Shelby. Let's see here. Gone Mad says, I might put a male and female pea puffer in the 120 tomorrow. That's cool. Jamie McDonald said, it's the frequent water changes daily or every other day is next to impossible for me with my work schedule. Yeah, I've heard that too. Adrian Castillo says, how are the crystal shrimp? I have had some loss. Like, I think I'm down, the other day when I was counting, I'm down to like 6. I started out with 10. One died right off the bat, right after I got him out of the bag. So I've lost like 3 since I've had them. I think, gosh, what have I had them like 5 weeks now, somewhere around in there. But otherwise, they're doing good. And the ones that died, they were doing good too. It's just like they just were dead. So I don't really know. Hoping, I know I've got some females and I've got some males, hoping that I can get them breeding soon and get them going. And I won't have to buy more, but I may end up having to buy some more. I know Rob did get 1,000 new red crystal shrimp in the other day on his import order. So I might end up having to buy some more. Rick List says I had two. They used to escape. I'd find them at some point running along the walls and put them back. Dang. Lisa says discus aren't hard to keep at all. Just do your research. Definitely. That's what I do on every fish that I get. I try to find out what kind of foods they like to eat and all that kind of stuff. Science Gal Aquatics is in the house. What is up? Hi everyone. Hello Jeffro. Well, welcome to the live stream. I've been going now for almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 46 minutes. That's Saturday night, late night, fun stuff. Allison Chain says, what would you do if the power goes out, Jeffro? Well, that's a touchy subject with me. I've lived here for 18 years and I've been spoiled. I can count on one hand the times that I have lost power, and all of those times I've never lost power for an hour. And there has been some severe ice storms where like pretty much my whole town was without power for like 5 days one time, and I still had power throughout that whole entire ice storm. Knock on wood, and I do this every time that I bring it up because I'm really superstitious. I don't know what it is with my power lines or where I get my power from, but it's got something to do with like I'm not on a main line, but I'm on a line that is dedicated, like good power. Now, it's going to happen one of these days, but since I'm spoiled, I haven't really got a plan in place, really, So that's a good question, but I don't really have an answer. I don't really have anything in place. It's tough because I've just been so spoiled with, I'm never going to go without power, but knock on wood, I didn't say that out loud. You know what I mean? Like, there's some good videos out there to watch, like, Brandon from Mr. B's Fish and Things. He just went without power a couple weeks ago for like 14 hours, somewhere around in there. Maybe it was 16 hours. And he made a video about it, and I liked the video. I shouted it out on one of these live streams because I really enjoyed it. Mr. B's Fish and Things. It's probably like 2 videos ago. And one of the things that he talks about in that video is he says to just, the first thing to do is to not panic, which I read your second comment there, Allison. You were like, it's my worst fear, power outage in freezing weather. Yes, definitely. He also talks about, make for sure that you're cool, because or warm, because like me, if my power goes out, I've got my fish to be responsible for, but I've also got my kids to be responsible for, and we don't do wood heat. We've got an electric / gas furnace, If the power goes off, we're not going to have a furnace because the fan can't run and yada, 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 So he talks about that in his video. Like, you've got to do something to stay warm as well. I've got my house to worry about too. My pipe's freezing, yada, 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 yada. I mean, I think the best thing for someone like me to do would be to get some kind of a generator and have on hand so that if the power goes off, my pipes don't freeze and my family doesn't freeze. Like, we can at least run the furnace or something. And then on a secondary note, in his video, he also talks about all the stuff that settles and stays in your hang on the back filters can be toxic. So you need to make sure and take out all your filter media and all that kind of stuff. And probably do filter maintenance on all your hang on the backs and get all that stuff out of there to where it's not staying and settling in your hang on the back the whole time the power's off. because that can be toxic if the power comes back on. So he said he unplugs all of his canister filters or hang on the back filters, you know, all that kind of stuff, and takes all the media out of them, cleans it all out and everything, and then you could probably set it back down in the tank, I would say. But yeah, those are some good tips. He did have some battery powered air pumps on hand if needed, but he never did end up having to use them. So I am, Jason, I'm on a good line. 18 years of living here, and you know, less than 5 times I've went without power in less than an hour each time. But every time I talk about that, I'm cheating it. You know what I mean? Cobalt has a cool USB powered air pump that's handy for a power outage. My research was what led me to a bunch of YouTuber videos. The internet is a great research tool, definitely. Whoa, there went the chat. Matthew Moore Cichlids is in the house. What's up, buddy? Select Pet says, when I owned my pet store, almost whole state went without power for a week or more from ice storm, but my store came right back on because I was on a priority line due to medical unit at the up the road. I live a ways off from my hospital, but I'm wondering if I'm not on that same line or something. I would say I'm probably 20 blocks away from them, but there's something to do with it why I'm hardly ever going without power. I know that someday if I ever did decide to sell my house, that would be a big sell point, because if you live in a house that for 18 years you hardly ever went without power, that's good. Matthew Moore Cichlid says sponge filters for days. Jamie McDonald says I've gone over 30 hours last winter with only 1 loss. That's pretty good. John Bedker says was only doing 20 gallons weekly until I added my rainbows. So to keep nitrates under 40, I increased to 40 gallons weekly. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So basically, I think, John, don't you have 3 or 4 discus in that tank, somewhere around in there? Basically, but John does do RO water if I remember right. But still, even with RO water, 40 gallons weekly isn't everyday water changes. So it's kind of like the myth of everybody saying that you have to do everyday water changes with discus is kind of not, it's a myth, kind of. Pam says, I had to evacuate my house last March. It was 21 degrees with strong wind, and they turned the power and gas off because there was a big fire. Oh my goodness. Got home 9 hours later, and the only thing I lost was some daisy rice fish fry. I think I remember hearing about that, Pam. I think I remember that. Jamie says temperature is difficult, but I do have a wood stove, so that helps. Temperature also reminds me, I think discus like to be up in the 80s as well. David Ulrich says I have battery powered pumps. Pam says I have a gas stove, use it when the power goes off. That's really actually a good idea. I need to get some things like that in place, because first thing you think of is like, well, we could all go to a hotel, and then if the water pipes freeze and bust, you know, that would be what I would be worrying about all night long. But what if the hotels are without power? And then you got to go a couple towns over. You know, I've always got money in the bank, so we could go to a hotel, go somewhere and get warm, but then I've got my house to worry about. So I really need to do some responsible things and have some kind of backup stuff in place in case the power ever does go out, because that would stink. Matthew Moore Cichlid says I always have backup jumper packs for power supply. Allison says happened once, ran around for an hour pouring water in. Boy, that's awful bright, isn't it? Gotta at least get it to where it's a little more comfortable. This hat is bugging me. Happened once, ran around for an hour pouring water in every hang on the back. Everybody lived. Allison says buying USB pumps tonight. That's a great idea, actually. Thanks, Rack. Might have a handicapped person by you. David Ulrich says, might have a handicapped person by you. You mean literally by me? um, Jamie says, where are you located, Jeffro? I live in southern Iowa. They call it southeastern Iowa, but really I'm closer to south central Iowa than I am to southeastern Iowa. Shelby says, I'm on the same grid as the EMS, jail, police, and sheriff's department. On the rare occasions I lose power, to have it back up and running on 30 minutes. I am so spoiled living in town and on that grid. Same here. I guarantee you that's the same thing that happens here. John Bedker says, I lose power 5 times a year on average. Good grief. Aye. Tampa Tom says, if it just rains real hard, my power goes out. Oh, goodness. John says he's got a 4,000 watt gas generator. Nice. OMG, the glare. Yeah, I had to put that hat back on quick, Pam. I even saw that out of my peripheral. It's like, ah. Select Pet says, pipes freeze and burst. I would only think tanks freeze and burst. Well, in my basement, if my house went without power in the wintertime, my pipes in my basement could freeze and burst if the power was out long enough. I would say the residual, you know, if we're talking 24 hours, something like that, I would say the residual heat in the fish tanks probably would keep them from freezing. But the pipes in the basement would probably freeze and burst if we were without power for a long time. Select Pet said Jeffro has a plan to modify one of those fancy wheelchairs to power his tanks in an outage. Yeah, no doubt, right? No doubt. Let's see here. John Bedker says I'm in the Middle East of Iowa. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, definitely, pretty much. That's why when I think I'm an hour and 45 minutes west of you, I'm kind of south central, you know what I mean? They say southeastern Iowa here, but I don't buy it. Okay, guys, we're going to go for another 15 minutes. We'll cut it off. Like in 3 minutes, we'll be, or 2 minutes, we'll be at 3 hours, but we'll go to the top of the hour and then we'll go ahead and cut it off. Pam says, I have a bunch of relatives in Iowa that I don't know. My grandfather was the youngest of 19 kids in Iowa. Good grief. Good grief. Pam says, he was the black sheep of the family, so most don't know me, but I know they get together for big family reunions there. Isn't that something? You'll have to plan on going to one, and we'll go hang out or something, Pam. That would be pretty cool. All right, we are at the bottom of the chat. We still got 40 people watching. That's really cool, guys. Oh, had a crazy stream tonight. I got up probably 5 times away from the stream. Hardly ever even get up from the stream. I got a plant out of one of my tanks tonight and showed it on the stream. I checked the TDS in 2 of my tanks tonight. I checked the TDS in my tap water tonight. I took a text from Dank, video text from Dank, and put it live up on the stream. Craziness. It was like a virtual live stream, I guess you could say. Yeah, back in the day, families used to have bunches of kids, like 19. That's a lot even for back in the old days. And I don't mean that your grandpa would be back in the old days by saying that you're really old or anything, Pam. Let's see here. Rick says, do you try to temperature max your water change water? I do lukewarm. So what I do is I turn the hot all the way on and the cold all the way on my kitchen sink, and I run a water hose to all my tanks. Almost every one of them warm water won't hurt. And yeah, I just kind of know my water system. Like, I don't have my hot water heater turned up to where the hot water is completely scalding or anything. So, like, the water that comes out would probably be in the high 70s, somewhere around in there, I would say. Ken Amy says another 15 minutes, 10 more minutes, 20 more minutes. Quit fighting it. Let's just keep on going. Oh, well, I've got a cousin that's been after me for a long time, well, all week long, to watch this one movie that I probably will check out. And then my daughter's leaving tomorrow, so when she gets back, she's out with a girlfriend right now. Whenever she gets back, I'll probably hang out with her for a little bit. Pam says, my grandfather died on Skid Row in LA. I have met some of my second cousins online, and they didn't realize there was a younger brother in the family. Isn't that something? Candy says that her husband, Stacy, is from a family of 8. Oh my goodness. Wow. I've got a boss that's from a family of 8. And he has stories to tell, man. I'm telling you. When you come from a family of 8, you've got some stories. Jamie says, doesn't YouTube max you out at 8 hours? I don't know. I think I have heard that before, but I've never went that long. Like I say, I think 3.5 hours is the longest one I've ever went. I've done 3 hours quite a few times. Like right now we're at 3:01. I've done 3 hours quite a few times. 3.5 I think is my max. Me and Jeremy went for 4 hours once. I know I've been on a live stream that Corey has went 8 hours before. I think last Thanksgiving he went for 8 hours because the day after Thanksgiving's Black Friday, so he was running a sale, you know, and I was in and out of that stream. But I think this year he's going to do a 4 hour, I think is what he's doing. I'm pretty sure. Maybe longer. John Bedker says, got to run into the store. Thanks a lot for coming out tonight, buddy. I did, if you are still here listening, I did send you a text the other night wanting to see what you had going on for the 8th of December. I didn't want to pester you again, but if you could get back with me on that and just let me know yay or nay, I'd like to run up to Chicago on the 8th and bring you with me and go up there and go to that. We'll go to some different LFS, and then we'll go to that Pleco Paradise and just make a day of it. And if you want, it'd be cool. Pam says one of them searched until they found a photo of the brothers that had my grandfather in it. That is cool, actually. Jamie says you learned what you catch when you go ice fishing too. Yeah, no doubt, right? Allison says, what temp do you keep your endlers at, Jeffro? That's what's your gender ratio? Well, I'll tell you, this summer, my summer tubs, I had my rainbow tiger endlers in, and the summer tubs at times were getting up close to 80. They were 78 lots of times, and that was even on a shaded porch. And my gender ratio was probably 75 to 85% male, which is good for someone who's trying to sell them to LFS, because my LFS doesn't like to buy a bunch of females. Now, if I was selling them online, a lot of times when you're selling them in trios, so you're selling a lot of females. But if you keep the temperatures up in the higher 70s, you do get more males. And that works that way in guppies too. Michael from Michael's Fish Room will tell you that. I'm a believer in that as well, because this summer, my guppy outdoor pond and my Inler outdoor pond, predominantly male, up close to 80% male ratio, which is fine with me because I mostly sell those to my LFS. But in the house, I keep my Inler tanks around 76 degrees. Dank says I use an infrared thermometer and water match best as possible. Let your water run for a minute, though, before trusting the temp. Tampa Tom says, what movie? The Ballad of Buster something. What is it? Oh my gosh. The Ballad of Buster something. It's a new Netflix original. Looks pretty good. Candy overall says, "Oh, the stories." Yeah, I can only imagine. 8 siblings. Oh my gosh, or 8 altogether. Goodness. Priscilla says, "You still live? Go to sleep, Jeff." Yeah, I got 6 more minutes. I'm gonna go till the top of the hour, Priscilla. You got my logo done yet, Priscilla? You could have done that while I was on this stream. Lisa says, "I think big families are awesome. I wish I knew more of my distant relatives." Punchy, that's great that you've been in touch with yours. Yeah, definitely. My dad came from a big family. He had 4 siblings, but then he had like 4 step siblings as well. And so he had 8, and man, he's got some stories. But some of them are craziness. Like one of them, um, my dad's next to the oldest brother called my mom a curse word, and it made my dad really, really mad. And my mom was pregnant with me, and um, my dad and my uncle got into a fist fight. And my dad knew that my uncle was kind of crazy, that he really was going to have to knock him unconscious. We'll end the live stream with this story. 5 more minutes. I guarantee you guys are going to think this is crazy. So my dad punched him right between the eyes, knocked him out. But the reason why that fight happened is because he threw a Coke bottle at my mom, and it just barely missed my mom, and it stuck in the door. My dad said years later when they sold the house, that glass was still stuck in the door, like it was a solid wood door. And that set my dad off. So my dad and him get into this fight. My dad has him down on the ground, and he knows that the only way out of this is to run. And dad knocked him out, and him and mom started running down the hill, which is probably 2 blocks to the slaughterhouse where my step grandpa was and my grandma. And while they were running down the hill almost to the slaughterhouse, my uncle takes a 22 out and starts shooting at them while they're running down the driveway to the slaughterhouse. I am not kidding you at all. So, sure, me and my sister didn't get along very good because we were 4 years apart. When she hit teenage years, I was at the stage where I was old and ready to get out. You know, like I moved out when I was 17 and she was 13. We didn't get along, but it was nothing like that. I never was fearing for my life and running from my sister shooting at me while I'm running down the hill. So, yeah, my dad had some big stories. David Gilkison says, maybe Jeffroz will recap for me. Yeah, it's been a doozy. It's been a big doozy. Dank Tank says, word. Yeah, whenever you got a brother that is shooting at you and your wife that is holding your firstborn child, that is some OG Dank. That is some OG stuff. You know, and then, you know, my uncle was, what, 3 or 4 years younger than my dad. My grandpa goes up to the house and beats him half to death with the belt after that, you know. Just craziness. And my mom said the first time that she went to the house to meet him, my uncle called my grandma the B word, and my grandma got a broom and beat my Uncle Mark into the floor until the broom broke in half, right in the floor right next to my mom on her first time going to meet my dad's family. My mom was like, I need to get out right now. I need to leave. You know, this is it. Yeah, his feelings were hurt for real. Yep, definitely. Lisa says, Jeffro, is your family from West Virginia? That sounds like a story I heard about from back in the day. Nope, Southern Missouri, the Ozarks. Hillbilly Central is where I grew up. I live in southern Iowa now. My ex-wife was from here, where I live here in Iowa. And after we were married about 7 years down in Missouri, where I still lived, when I was about 25, we moved up here and to be closer to her family. All of her family is here. And yep, southern Missouri, the Ozarks. Craziness. Let's see. Excuse me. I told David all the things. LOL. Oh gosh. Dub Rexy says, my outdoor setup has been put on hold due to paying a car registration. My outdoor tanks are still flowing, not freezing up, even though the temps are getting down in the 20s at night. but temperatures in the water are down in the 50s. So I took livestock out last week. The heaters just couldn't keep up. So I've still got them up and running outside, and they're not frozen. Sponge filters, everything's going good. Wrote in the Silly Wonka egg elevator. The Willy Wonka. Oh, okay, yeah. If you want Class N endlers, it will be harder to find them where they can actually be authenticated as to collection point and assurance that they've never been crossed outside their wild line. I saw a video from Rachel O'Leary the other day, and she's got some wild Class N endlers that she got from a breeder that she did have collection points and everything. She even had the name of the person who collected them. So I thought that was pretty cool. So Rachel, whenever she starts back up, she will have some that has the collection point and the person who collected them. I thought that was really cool. David Gilkison has the last question of the night, because we're at 10 o'clock here, so we're going to cut this off. He says, I have a question. I see these little bags or bottles of bacteria in the LFS that promise an instant cycle. I've never done those before. So I don't know if they work or not, and I haven't really heard a lot online, but what my gut feeling would be is I wouldn't be able to trust them. But that doesn't mean that they don't work. I know a lot of people who do a quick cycle. I've always got beneficial bacteria laying around that I can start up a tank pretty quick. It's on these new setups like the crystal shrimp tank back there. It took me a little while to get the cycle going on that because I had a brand new Matin filter on that one, so it didn't have any beneficial bacteria on it. I would say Lisa from KG Tropical says, good night everyone. I hope the rest of your weekend is great. Thanks for hanging out tonight, Lisa. It was really nice to have you here, and you have a great weekend. But I don't know. Do your research on it, and I don't know. I just can't tell you if they work or don't work. I've never done them. 54 Punchy says, I have some nice endlers, but don't have documentation on them. Yeah. Science Gal says she has some in-class endlers, or I want some. Oh, you want some badly. Yeah, well, Rachel's going to have some. Priscilla said, Jess from the South. That explains a lot. Gotta love them hillbillies. Reminds me, where is Michael at? Yep, that old hillbilly. Dank is streaming next, question mark. I don't know. Doubtful. John Bedker says, I'd love to see a tank with like 200 of your red bar endlers. Yeah, those, I've got some down in my L183 tank that are actually grown out, and the males are getting huge, and they are on fire, man. They really look good. Dank says, not tonight, maybe next year. Pam says, I don't trust the instant cycle stuff, David. Same way my gut feeling was on it. David says, yeah, I guess I'll go old school and get me a bottle of ammonia tomorrow. David says, good night all. Jamie says, good night. Candy says, good night. All right, guys. 3 hours in the books. 3 hours and like 15 minutes. Good grief. We did it, though. Thanks for everyone that hung out. We've still got 38 people here. That is craziness. Thanks for everyone that showed up tonight and supported me on the live stream and hung out with me here on the live stream. You guys really made my night. We'll see you again here Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a great rest of the weekend. Peace out, y'all.